morning, I'm Eric Reeser. For the first time since 2019, the Ohio State men's basketball team's off to a 6-0 start. Basketball Buckeyes beat Mount St. Mary's 113-60 last night at the Shot. Junie Mobley led with 26 points. OSU will play at Pittsburgh Friday night at 7 o'clock. The Ohio State women's squad battles Belmont this afternoon at 1:30 in the Pink Flamingo Championship. You can hear that game from the Bahamas over on the Fan, too. That's 1460 on the AM dial with coverage at 1:15. In college football, Ohio State remains number 1 in the CFP Top 25. The playoff committee released their fourth rankings and bracket projection last night. Indiana still 2, Texas A&M 3, Georgia remains 4. We'll have one more projection before the final reveal. On the field, Ohio State's at Michigan Saturday at noon. Hear from OSU's head coach today at noon on the Ryan Day Radio Show. This update sponsored by Whiskey War by High Bank Distillery. Drink local, drink High Bank.
Your morning just got more interesting. Distilled and barrel picked for your listening pleasure. Bo Bishop, a local sports media legend. What William T. Sherman was to the Union Army, he is to Northern College football. A husband, a father, and middling youth sports coach. He's friends with Central Ohio sporting royalty.
Talking to Ohio State Athletic Director Ross Bjorken. Coach Day walking on with us right now. Good to see you, buddy. Good buddy, Austin Ward. My good buddy, Tim May, the Tim May Show. The great Doug Lavery's joining us.
Hi, everybody. Dom Tiberi here.
Oh, Reese came in and he handed me papers.
Yeah.
And then he said, "You see that button? That's the only button you need to worry about. Don't touch. There's 8,000 buttons in front of me." Oh, I didn't know what he was talking about.
The one that says on.
We blew the budget on this imaging, and only 2 guys answered our ad on Craigslist. Ryan Baker and Eric Reeser. Act accordingly. You're now listening to Bishop and Friends.
Bishop and Friends is sponsored by Diamond Seller, your true jeweler for over 75 years.
Let's do it live on a First Friday Miracle. Let me start that over again. Let's do it live on the First Friday Miracle edition of the program, as this is the Fist Friday to stop all First Fridays. This is Go Home from College First Friday. This is Go to the Townie Bar First Friday. This is all of those leading into a Thanksgiving weekend and the best weekend of football that we have on the calendar. You got all 3 levels are involved. Incredible games on the NFL side of things starting tomorrow, continuing into Friday. The high school football state semifinals on Friday. Of course, rivalry weekend in college football, and of course, all building to the game at noon on Saturday. We are appropriately loaded up. So no show for us tomorrow. So we'll have some of the elements that we normally have on a Thursday. We'll be here today. So the headliner obviously is the man, the myth, the legend, 7-0. Urban joins at 9:30. 10 o'clock, we will attempt to beat the house on the NFL picks. 10:20, we'll get you some over-unders on the college football playoff rankings that came out last night. Matt Finkes is going to join us from our Buckeye at 10:30, 11:30 Shelley time. It is a Hey Guys First Friday. You can get that those questions into the fellas at 971-BFS. That is at 11 o'clock. And then, of course, you're officially endorsed, which is the officially endorsed. I was thinking a little bit about this week and having Urban on and the fact that he's 7-0. This is a rivalry that in many ways is linked absolutely to the coaches who have coached in it. And that started with the 10-year war, I think, to a level that nobody had previously seen. There was always a dislike between the two. That ratcheted up with Woody and Bo in the 10-year war. And if you look at the rivalry during that time, from 1968 to 1977, they played 7 games where both were ranked in the top 7 games where they were both ranked in the top 5 in the country. Last time it happened between those two was 1977. It didn't happen again until 1997, where they were both ranked in the top 10 in the country. It happened twice under Tress, 03 and 06. Both teams were ranked in the top 5 in the country. Since 16, so in the last decade, it's happened again another 5 times. You could argue, and I know it has not gone the way that we've wanted to the last 4, but you could argue that you are in the golden age of the rivalry, that what you have seen here over the last decade in terms of the consequence of the games is as big as what happened during Woody and Bo, the fabled 10-year war. Now, you've had different coaches for Michigan and Ohio State, Urban and Ryan, obviously for us, and Harbaugh and Sharon for Michigan. But the fact that these teams have had this level of excellence from 2016 on, and if you go all the way back to 14, you're talking about 3 national championships between the two programs as well. So we are in the height of it right now, and I cannot imagine the opportunity that comes with coaching in this game and the responsibility that comes with coaching in this game. And I can't imagine what this week is like, shoehorning in Thanksgiving and trying to have some sort of normalcy there, all with this game looming. When you think of the coaches who have been in this one, and there's been a bunch of them on the Michigan side, a bunch of them on the Ohio State side, varying levels of success kind of across the board. But it's one of those things that if you coach here or you coach up there, how you do in this game is going to be one of the things that defined your legacy. We're going to have Urban on in 24 minutes. What's the name of his restaurant? 7-0. You think it matters to him? Right? Guy's got 3 national championships. But he's got 7 pair of gold pants. Did you see Ellen Tressel at the game last weekend? 9 pair of gold pants around her neck. It's a pretty good flex.
That is a flex. That's the all-time Ohio State flex.
It's a pretty good flex, boys.
Yesterday, when I left the station, I ran up the road to Barnes & Noble's, and I picked up Bill Rabinowitz's The Buckeye Brotherhood book.
Yeah.
And Urban Meyer wrote the foreword to that. And in the foreword, he talks about how he could never imagine losing that game, and he still has nightmares. Yeah. That he lost that game and how it makes him sick to his stomach. And he hasn't coached in the rivalry in, 7 years, 8 years now? And it's still waking him up in the middle of the night, giving him nightmares?
Think about, like that stretch that we had with Tress and Herbs. Think how close so many of those games were. I mean, if Tyvis Powell doesn't jump in front of a 2-point conversion, there's one.
Will Allen, interception, final play.
Will Allen, absolutely. Of course. Yeah, there's a million of them. I mean, you think about the J.T. Barrett 4th down and then Curtis Samuel coming in and Urban just collapsing. Like, think about what you have into that game. You think of whether it's Woody with the score of the game from 1969, the rug that they had to walk over to go into practice every day, a Michigan period every day, hearing that song, Urban blasting It's Time for War 24/7 at the facility. The comment, I think one of the most curious things to me is, and I'll ask Urban this, how do you get a group of slightly less than 100 men, but really 40 or so who are really going to contribute, how do you get them razor sharp, but not sharpened too much to where the pressure breaks? That's the sweet spot. And Urban's probably the best. I got some stats with him in rivalry games that defy logic. Really the whole way through. Like, this is the one thing he did a lot. He beat everybody, but he really was dominant in rivalry games. How did you touch all the right buttons at the right time? How did you have your teams always ready to play their best in these games? And even if they didn't, survive them. They did. There's plenty of instances in this rivalry where either Ohio State was down or Michigan was down, and it was lopsided. I mean, they've been playing. This will be the 121st time they've played. So there's been some of that. I mean, the early record for Michigan, when is it even football at that point? But Michigan wins a ton of them at the beginning of the turn of the previous century. But really, in the modern era, Ohio State has pretty much dominated the series, and so you carry that with you. And it's funny, like, a lot of you out there are either off today or you're working half days, and I'm sure that this is happening around town in your little communities where you go back to your local watering hole that you went to when you were young, and you see old buddies and have family Thanksgiving tomorrow and all the things that make this such a great day and such a great the first Friday of the year. This is going to come up. You're going to have conversations with your buddies about, are 4-17 going to play? You're going to have conversations. Can Bryce Underwood handle what Ohio State is going to throw at him defensively? Has he seen anything quite like this? You're going to have conversations about, well, how will the elements affect Ohio State's passing game? Has Julian Sand, who's a Southern California kid, ever had to play extended duty in conditions like this? No, probably not. Probably hasn't. So all of those things are going to be discussed tonight, and that's what makes it all so special. That's what makes it so cool, is this thing has been going on for 120 years, and you can go 4-team playoff, 12-team playoff, 16-team playoff. I suppose there will come a time where they potentially could meet this weekend and next weekend. I mean, that's inevitable. It's going to come at some point. We haven't had it yet, thankfully, but it will come at some point. But I still think that this one is always going to have the same feels now as it had if you were a kid of the 90s or a kid of the 70s or 80s. I really do.
There might be a scenario, and I'll have to look in the break, where if Purdue gets Indiana and Washington gets Oregon, Ohio State wins Saturday, obviously, and then you play the game in Indianapolis.
I think it has to go the other way. I think Michigan has to
Would Michigan have to win?
Yeah, Michigan has to win to get in.
There is they'd
pick up their second conference loss at that point, so they would be cooked.
They're out.
Yeah, so in order for, blasphemy, Reese, but the only way to do it is what we. But if everybody else loses, and then
turn Bryce Underwood into $10.5 million promised. Yeah, these conversations start to get a lot more real than just that's nonsense, because all of the underdogs would have to win.
Yeah, you're going to hear from Coach Day. His show comes up today. Of course, no Thanksgiving edition, so the Ryan Day Show will be today at noon. The line remains the same. Buckeyes by 9.5 in Ann Arbor against Michigan on Saturday. It is a big noon kick, and of course, you can listen to it right here on The Fan. Something about Big Daddy calling a game like this, it always gets you pretty jacked up. So you have that to look forward to. Coach Day had his Michigan Week presser yesterday. There was a tone to it, and I think you're going to be able to pick it out. We will get to that coming up next. Urban Meyer coming up in 18 minutes. Bishop and Friends right here on The Fan.
The only workplace in America to participate in the Doorknob Fart Game. And we also play office basketball and sometimes do radio. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you've hit your medical deductible, now's the time to see Dr. Mark Levy. Get a custom oral appliance that stops snoring and helps you ditch that CPAP and pay less out of pocket. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit sleepbettercolumbus.com before the year ends.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My toilet's clogged, backed up too. The sink is running slow. Water's backed up everywhere. Oh, please don't overflow.
Clogged drain, no problem. It's 93 or free. I'll clear any drain you don't pay with a 1-year guarantee.
It's 93 or free. Guaranteed.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
Hey, it's Matty Ice. Are you ready for the best Black Friday truck deals? Head over to McDaniel GM Superstore in Marion, where the savings are happening all month long. You can lease a brand new 2026 Chevy Silverado 1500 for just $349 a month for 24 months with only $1,000 due at signing. Or if financing is more your style, grab it for just $679 a month for 84 months for qualified buyers. They're just off Route 23 on 95 in Marion, or you can visit McDanielGMSuperstore.com. Chevrolet, together, let's drive.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward, and Thanksgiving is approaching quick. Still plenty of time to get your Awaken 180 consultation on the calendar to receive your $500 off. It's a thank you from Awaken 180. No, you don't need to start the program right before Turkey Day. Simply have your consultation now and be ready to start the Monday after. 4 weeks before the new year, and with results like mine, you could be down 27 pounds on your way to dropping 50. Fast results, and now with $500 off. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Remember that rush you got as a kid ripping open your favorite pack of cards? Well, guess what? You can feel it again at Midwest Cards. Right next to Nationwide Arena, this place is a collector's dream with thousands of packs from all eras. Chase that Ken Griffey Jr. rookie, pull a rare Michael Jordan, or even hit your favorite Pokemon and relive that childhood thrill. Plus, you can shop their pack wall, kick back in their roomy sports lounge, or even bring in your old cards to sell or trade. Get to Midwest Cards today and tell them T-Bone sent you.
Love football? Love wings? Put those bad boys together and you get Austin and Vern live at Roosters.
Presented by Bryant Heating and Cooling.
Large amounts of football and all the donkey sauce you can handle. Mondays on the Fans YouTube channel.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Don't let your insurance benefits go to waste. End the year sleeping better with Dr. Mark Levy's oral appliance. No mask, no noise, just results. Hurry, deductibles reset soon. Call 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or go to sleepbettercolumbus.com today.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy skies for most of the day today and plunging temperatures down into the 30s by the afternoon, but gusty winds will make it feel like we are in the 20s. For tonight, mostly cloudy with lows in the 20s, but with those gusty winds continuing, our feels like could be in the teens in some spots. And for Thanksgiving Day, mostly cloudy, mainly dry with highs in the 30s, but breezy winds will make it feel like we're in the 20s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
It's finally here. Rivalry Week.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
We're talking about the Buckeyes and meat chicken all damn week. Join us, The Fan. Bo knows many people. He talks to the interesting ones on this show. This is Bishop and Friends.
Would you rather be the favorite in this game or the underdog? In other words, would you rather have the more talented team or the team with nothing to lose?
Talent. I'd still rather have the team of be the team of consequence.
Yeah, I think I'd rather have the team that's most talented.
There is it does seem that when they spring it, it's when they have nothing to lose. They did that a lot in the 90s. They've done that in recent years. Now, they've had a lot. Everybody's had a lot to lose in the recent run of it because everybody's been ranked in the top 5 in the country. I mean, it's crazy how many of these that we have had consistently when they've been. I mean, just since 2021, and unfortunately they've won them all, it was number 2 versus number 5. In 2022, it was number 3 versus number 2. In 2023, it was number 2 versus number 3. So, like, this is where we've been for a while now. You got to go back a distance into when they were kind of wayward with their coaching searches and at the end of Tress and the beginning of Urban where they really had no shot in this thing. But for the most part, since Harbaugh got there, and really Brady deserves some credit too, their talent started to get to a point where it could equate. Ohio State, by and large, has had the better team. There are a couple of those Michigan teams, including their team that won the national title, that was the better team. You're going to have the better team on Saturday. You're 9.5-point favorites. But there's so much more to it than that, right? And you're talking about 18 to 22-year-olds and how do they handle the emotions of this week. And that is a challenge for not just them, but the people in charge of putting them in position to succeed. Ryan Day available yesterday for his Michigan Week press conference. Here are his thoughts on handling this week emotionally.
You have to play with emotion, but you can't let it play with you, and you have to learn to use it as nitrous, not as a primary fuel source. And I think that's where, our guys have to continue to just focus on the process of how they prepare for games. And, they're going to have enough emotion when they get into the game. We don't need to incite any more of that during the week. They know how important this is. They know that this is our number one goal every year to win this game. So that'll be our focus. And like you said, I mean, you start to get, over emotional, then you can start to get distracted and get yourself out of whack and not do your job. So let's just focus on each individual guy, making sure that at the end of the day, they've graded out a champion and that their positions have graded out a champion.
I think it's fair to say from that answer right there that Ryan Day has seen the 80s classic action film Cobra, starring Sylvester Stallone as Marion Cobretti? Nitrous? He just dropped a nitrous, but not as a primary fuel source?
I was kind of
Marion Cobretti hits the nitrous, baby.
I was kind of hoping he'd say Too Fast, Too Furious.
I mean, it's...
But pick your action.
Either one.
Pick your action movie.
Well, he's closer to my age than yours, so I think I'm going Cobra.
You're probably right.
I'm going he's seen Cobra.
You think
Come on.
You think he's got like DVDs and a DVD player in his office just at like
just
different
watching movies
times
this week?
Well, no, it's just like a time.
It'd be amazing if he was. Like, we got a good team. The plan is safe.
What's it?
I'm gonna go on a little 90s, 80s action movie marathon here. I'm gonna pound out Commando, Predator, Cobra back to back.
That gets you ready. I mean, Joe
Tango
Mazzulla.
and Cash. Who gets hurt?
Didn't he say he watches The Town before every game? It's like it happens, but I just wonder, like in a downtime, you're like, all right, let's flip on Commando. Who loses?
You guys are talking about that, and I'm hoping it's not the nitrous and Tommy Boy when it leaks.
That's true. But that's it, right? It is handling that. It's handling when things don't go your way. It's handling when the unexpected starts to happen. This is a challenging week. It's a challenging week because you build to this. There's a million distractions. You got a holiday in the middle of it. Hopefully at some point when we get this schedule sorted out, this thing goes back to last weekend, and this is kind of an off weekend, which would be kind of nice for everybody. Play Army-Navy on Saturday, and that's about it. But there are challenges to it. Here was Ryan Day on the biggest challenges the week presents.
It's probably, just making sure that, you're keeping everybody locked in and focused on doing their job. I know, boy, that sounds really basic and bizarre, but there's obviously a lot that comes with this. This game means a lot to a lot of people. Nobody more than the people in this building, but I think that's where, you have to make sure that you're compartmentalizing all that and doing, what you need to do to make sure you're ready to go play in the game and putting your guys in a situation to be successful. And then just getting rid of all the distractions. And getting with your guys and getting ready to go play a game. And that's really it. I think, the rest of it is what you do all season long. I don't think you all of a sudden just get yourself up and ready to play in this game. It's a preparation week after week after week after week to be at our best for this one right here. And so here we go. All the foundation's been set. It's time to go put it to work.
And for Ohio State to be at their best, many would argue that you're going to need to see 4-17 in this game. Jeremiah was on with Caleb Downs earlier in the week and said that he's certainly planning on playing. Carnell Tate has been much more ambiguous in terms of where he is. I'm not expecting it's a direct answer from Ryan on this, but he was asked, and here's was his answer to Jeremiah.
That's probably something for the medical staff to figure. And when they give us the thumbs up, we'll go. But they'll be getting, physical reps and mental reps all week in preparation. These guys have played a lot of football, so in the end, we'll look to the medical staff to give us the thumbs up or not. But they're going to do everything they can to get on that field.
It's such a different, and I believe him in that they are going to do whatever they can to get on the field. This is the one part where the rivalry is a little bit different, though, because in the old days, if you were banged up or you were nicked up, or God knows I've referenced the John Simon stuff a million times because it affected me so much watching what that kid did to get onto that game and being unable to. I cannot imagine it, seeing the tears streaming down his face, being unable to play in that game. But in those days, you would play this game and you wouldn't play again until January. In the old days, you had 6 weeks. You could have a relatively major injury and you'd have 6 weeks to heal. The reality is that this is the Super Bowl, and that beat Michigan is all that matters. But the reality is that when you do that, you then play the number 2 team in the country the following Saturday. And when you do that, you then will play in a college football playoff where if you are a top 4 seed, and if you handle your business in those, obviously you'll be the number 1 overall seed, you still have got 3 games to play. So this is where the NFLization of college football with a 12-team playoff and college and conference championship games, which has been around for quite a while now, this is where all of that changes a little bit the calculus on how to handle injuries. And I do think that part is fair because, yes, your goals are beat Michigan, win the Big Ten, win a national championship. But as we found out last year, you don't necessarily have to do the first 2 to do the third. You want to do all of them. There's people who haven't hung a banner for you don't hang banners for Big Ten championships around here. We're not Indiana. But there are people who don't have gold pants. There's people who don't have those things, but the ultimate goal is still out there of being back-to-back national champions. So I think my hunch is both of these guys play. Jeremiah told us he's going to play. My hunch is Carnell plays. Do you need them both to play? Who knows, man?
You don't want to find out.
But I'm with you, Reese. I don't want to find out.
I don't want that to be there. Like, well, if there'd have been more Carnell Tate, this game would have been in hand.
Yeah.
I do think, because they've said it, the season starts in December. I mean, you had the game on August 30th, and then you kind of had exhibitions through September, through October, and most of November. Now, obviously, the 29th, 2 days before December actually starts. But this is the season that they train for. This is the season that they practice for. This is the season that they play for with actual consequence. And Jeremiah's playing because he told Caleb Downs as much. And I got to figure out who Caleb's producer is, because maybe you should have gotten Carnell Tate on too. Like, had them both.
Get them both.
Ask them both that same question.
Easy, one at a time.
But
here.
if the Carnell thing is still kind of lingering, a pitch count against Michigan to make sure that he's extra ready for the college football playoff probably isn't the worst thing in the world. At least he's out there in a uniform and contributing to a game against Michigan.
Yeah.
But I would say that while you don't need Carnell and Jeremiah against Michigan, you want to have them both, you will need them to make a run for another college football playoff national championship.
Yeah. So that's the balancing act that they're trying to figure out this week. And because it's college football and not the NFL, you've got a lot of ambiguity with injury. Like, you don't have to declare anybody. You don't have to do those things. We saw that with Amalieva a couple of weeks ago in the UCLA game, where it popped up in the middle of the night. And you woke up Saturday morning and he's not playing. So that's the way college football is at the moment. My hunch is it changes in the future on that side of things. But whether they are there or not, Scarlet and Gray is going to clash with Maize and Blue on Saturday. And a man who never lost this game is going to join us in 2 minutes. Bishop and Friends, right here on The Fan.
He opens his toolbox before he opens his wallet and believes you can fix anything with 20 minutes and some pride. He's Mr. DIY. Then when he needs metal, he goes to metal supermarkets. Artists, hobbyists, machine shops, maintenance professionals, and welders all count on Metal Supermarkets for over 8,000 metal products, shapes, and grades. If it's metal, they've got it or can get it for you. Cut to any size and ready fast. Visit the family-owned franchise on North Wilson Road or Columbus at metalsupermarkets.com.
Getting cold feet? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Back for a limited time, the French dip from Firehouse Subs. Piled high with premium roast beef, caramelized onions, and melty provolone cheese on a freshly toasted garlic butter roll. Served with warm, savory au jus for dipping. This premium French dip is only at Firehouse Subs for a limited time. Head to your nearest Firehouse Subs or order ahead and skip the line. And remember, Firehouse Subs catering is perfect to feed the whole crew on game day. Limited time at participating Firehouse Subs restaurants while supplies last.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
El Dorado Scioto Downs is your Caesars Rewards destination. And big news, Scioto Downs has been chosen to host the prestigious Breeders' Crown in 2026, featuring 12 championship races. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Visit Caesars.com/Scioto Downs for details.
Bishop and Friends is sponsored by Diamond Seller, your true jeweler for over 75 years. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
What's up? What's up, man? Sup with you?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. For all your roofing, gutter, or siding needs, call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
All right, here's what's up. This man's one of the greatest coaches in the history of college football. He's a three-time national champion. He's 7-0 against Michigan. He is on Big Noon Kick, and he joins us now in the Bryan Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Coach Urban Meyer joining us. Coach, thank you so much for the time. I want to go way back for you as a kid who grew up in this state. What are your first recollections of Ohio State, Michigan?
Oh, very clear memories of it. Obviously, it was a 10-year war. I grew up. I was 6 years old when, or 5, 6 years old when the Wolverines hired some guy named Bo Schembechler to kind of get this rivalry right, Woody Hayes' protege. So I remember that very well. I remember Ohio State winning the national championship in '68, and then the big upset, and then just a street fight for the next 10 years. And then I remember Earl Bruce. So I really remember everything. I'm one of those guys that I just, from the day I could say Buckeye, I understood this rivalry and I lived it.
What does 7-0 mean to you?
Boy, now that I'm done coaching and I kind of look back on it now, and I mean, you can say the national championships mean more, but I've been asked that question. I think 7-0 might be my greatest memory of my career, is because of the respect and I always say this, the respect I have for that other school, the respect I have for my great state. And I really honestly don't know what I would have done if we lost some of those games. That's how much, we put into that game, and, that's how much that game means to me, and I know so many.
I remember some of them, Coach, being on the sidelines towards the end of some of those games, and certainly the game up there in 13, or Curtis Samuel walking it off in overtime. And there has to be almost a physical collapse, and in some instances you physically did because of how much was wound into it.
Yeah, I didn't realize I went down in the 16 until after the game. Someone told me. I mean, it's one of those moments that you can't bottle that. You can't even. I'm trying to think of the word that tries to put you in that scenario where all's on the line. When Brady Hoke went for 2, which was the right call in the 2013 game, and we called timeout right before they snapped that ball, and I thought they would change it, but they kept the same. I don't know if it was the same exact play, but it looked like it. And we called the defense. Kerry Combs and them made the perfect call. So. Yeah, I mean, if you could bottle that, I'm not sure people would want to get near it.
It's not just this one, though, and this is the next thing that I think is really interesting. So going all the way back to Bowling Green, Utah, Florida. At Bowling Green, you got to beat Toledo. Utah, you got to beat BYU. At Florida, you really got to beat Tennessee, Georgia, and Florida State. And then here, you got to beat Michigan. In those games, Coach, you are a combined 26-3. How did you have your team 10 feet tall and bulletproof, but not have the pressure so much that it broke them? What was your secret to rivalry games? How did you have so much success in them?
Well, they became year-round, year-round challenges. I think I know how much the game meant to me, and I tried to make that, permeate through the team. And however you did that, we did. If there's a documentary, I made them watch it. If there was, we would work in January, February, March, and in spring practice, it's well documented. We had team up north periods. We did the same thing when I was at Utah. We had team down south periods, and school out west at that was Tallahassee at Florida. So we just put so much emphasis on those games, and I wanted our players to live it like I felt it. I mean, I woke up every day with a clear understanding we had to beat that team, and I wanted, more importantly than me, the players.
What is it like up there? And this one will be up there on Saturday. And you think about the times that you walk out of that tunnel. And they have that tunnel, of course, where both teams come out of that same tunnel. The emotion when you walk out of that tunnel, and then from your perspective, the emotion of walking into that tunnel with that stadium silent, or with the OHIO echoing around it.
Yeah, again, it's one of those moments when you're coaching. It's horrific, awful, whatever words you want to use. Now I kind of look back and think, damn, that was unbelievable. I got some pictures of people spitting on me and throwing things at me, and as you come down that tunnel, I still get it a little bit at Big Noon, but not near to the same degree. But when I can't remember, a couple times we heard the OHIO echoing through the big house, and that was one of those moments that you just wish you could freeze in time. So a lot of respect for that place, a lot of respect. The minute someone says, well, we're a double-digit favorite, I know what Coach Day's saying, and those better players, the players need to know on the other side, those are great players that are going to play their best. You better be ready.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, this is truly a throw the records out situation. Both these teams have been really good in the last decade, and they both won national championships and all of that. As we turn our attention to the game this year, Coach, as you've gotten your view of this Buckeye team over the course of the season several times on Big Noon, it's an awfully talented group. Their defense is as good as any in the country. What are just some of your impressions of the way that Ryan Day has brought this team along this year?
Yeah, I spoke to Coach Patricia a couple of times last few weeks, just trying for TV to get some good stuff for the fan to look at, and I really studied this defense. And, the concern is they've not faced the elite offenses yet. And I keep hearing that, but that doesn't matter. That's on their schedule, and they've done it. You went out to Washington and faced a talented quarterback and shut him down. You faced Arch Manning, shut him down. So, facing a young Bryce Underwood, I'm going to make this comment on TV, is that if I'm that coach at the Wolverines, I'm not putting that kid in third and long, and I'm trying to shorten this game and run him and move the chains and get first downs, because you drop back to pass against this defense. There's a variety of things that can happen. Two of them are really, really bad, and that's sacks and turnovers. And that's when games get out of hand fast. So it's great as an offensive coach. I think, going into a game, if you score the ball if you score the 3 times, you win the game. And you can find ways to score 3 times.
Coach, there's not a whole lot of secret to this in college football. Like, if you have a lot of talent, you're going to have a lot of success. And I wanted to ask you about kind of that triumvirate that Ohio State has defensively with Arvell and Sonny at the linebackers, who both, those guys are so versatile. They can play so many different ways. And then Caleb Downs on the back end, who is kind of an eraser. And to me, they feel like they are kind of perfect for dealing with somebody like Bryce Underwood. It's not just their athleticism and talent, but it's their acumen. They're such intelligent players. What have you seen from that group, and how do they compare to some of the great ones that you've coached through the years?
Yeah, I did this on TV the other day, or I think a month or so ago, is that on offense you're always looking for indicators, and indicators are position specific. If Caleb Downs is here, this is what they're doing. If Arvell Reese is here, this is what they're doing. And there aren't any. And obviously Matt Patricia is a unique skill set. He's been an OC, a DC, and a general manager in the NFL. I love the guy. I've been friends with him a long time. And when you have skill set and intellect to go with the skill set, and, I did that with the Percy Harvins, and on offense. When you can teach multiple positions, that drives the other side nuts, because the term indicators go out the window.
Yeah, and there's no indicators with those 3. Julian Sayin is going to make his first start in this game. He's a Southern California kid. I'm not sure if he's ever. I know he's never played in a game like this, and certainly never played meaningful snaps in a game that's potentially going to have the weather conditions that we're going to have on Saturday. How would you manage a young quarterback, and how did you manage young quarterbacks in games like this, especially on the road?
Well, go back to Texas, and I think Ryan Day and Brian Hartline put on a master class on how to handle a young quarterback. It would be a whole different deal if you have to score 40 points. A whole mindset, practice, game plan, everything. You don't. I don't see that happening. So I think I would manage it. I would let him play exactly like he did against Texas, and that's move the ball, get first downs, and I'd read his eyes. I would always say that. I'd call the quarterback over, and you can tell what's going on in that player's mind. If he's got the big eyes, I'm handing that ball off and I'm doing things, but if he's got a little swagger to him and the cold's not impact him, and you got to feel what they're doing on defense, I let him play. But I certainly early in the game, I'd do exactly what they did against Texas.
Yeah, he's so efficient, so accurate, and I think better than a lot of people thought he would be around here right away. I thought the Texas game was a masterclass. Coach, I'll get you out of here on this one. Where are your 7 gold pants?
Oh, they're about 15 feet from me in my house in Sarasota. And my builder surprised me and built like a glass and wall. So you got the rings and the gold pants right there. So, yeah, and by the way, there's an alarm on it. You can't touch them.
I love that, man. I love it. Coach, thank you so much for your time. You're good at everything. You're great at television, and you guys are kicking it on Big Noon in a big way, and look forward to the broadcast on Saturday leading into the game. Thank you so much for your time, Coach, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Thank you, brother. Bye.
All right, there he goes. Urban Meyer, 7-0 against that team up north. That stat I gave you guys that I asked Coach about is the one that is pretty remarkable. I don't know that there's another coach in the history of the sport. I'd have to check Saban, like going all the way back to Toledo, to find a coach who went 26-3 in rivalry games. 26-3. At Florida, he was 16-2, 7-0 here in rivalry games. He just got it, and his teams got it, and they won them in a big, big way. It was a real treat having him on, of course, as it always is. Urban has some thoughts on the game that we're going to share for you coming up next. We'll take a look at the Buckeye basketball team getting a win last night and a busy sports weekend ahead that's coming up next. Bishop and Friends right here on The Fan.
Wake up with the Fan. Eat lunch with the Fan. Go to bed with the Fan. Dream about the Fan. Then change your sheets. Gross.
Ew, you guys are gross, but stick around in case I don't find anyone else.
The Fan.
You don't have to wait for Black Friday to get good deals at Columbus Car Audio and Accessories. Shop early anytime this week and save on remote starters to warm yourself up, window tint to add style and privacy, and all things car audio to make your ride louder and better than the rest. Plus, check out deals on dash cams, Apple CarPlay, paint protection film, and more. Shop for yourself or everyone on your list at Columbus Car Audio and Accessories Black Friday sale. Going on now. Morse Road near Easton, Main Street in Reynoldsburg, or online at columbuscaraudio.com.
Skyline's mac and cheese three-way is back. This time with white cheddar cheese and creamy cavatappi pasta. Try a mac and cheese three-way with Skyline's original chili or their new chicken chili at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
Busy schedule? This is Ryan Krieger, and Krieger Ford has you covered. Krieger Ford offers pickup and delivery, or our mobile service van will come right to you. It's fast, easy, and hassle-free. Schedule your appointment today only at KriegerFord.com.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. You know, life sometimes is about being in the right place at the right time. For example, maybe you're a huge Buckeye fan. You want to go to a Buckeye game. You want to get tickets, but you know they're tough to get. Maybe you also need new windows for your house. Maybe you sit next to them and you feel that cold, drafty air coming in. You say, oh, if only there was a way I could address both of these concerns at the same time. Well, good news. With Window Nation's end-of-year sale this November, you could save big on windows that fix that draftiness issue. You'll save 50% off all window styles, plus you could get 0% interest financing for 5 years. You're saying, T-Bone, I also said I wanted to go to a Buckeye game. Well, good news. Window Nation is a proud partner of Ohio State Athletics. And right now, when you upgrade your home with Window Nation windows, you could get 2 tickets to an upcoming Ohio State game. See? Right place, right time. WindowNation.com is where you go to get started today. 50% off all window styles plus 0% financing for 5 years this month from Window Nation. Schedule your free estimate today. WindowNation.com.
Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
My furnace stopped working. Your competition said it's fried. When I saw their cost to replace it, I could have just died.
We can give a second opinion, give you options and advice. We'll strive to earn your trust and make you a client for life.
Get a free second opinion. Replace or repair.
Call 614-683-9911. Call the folks at Buckeye, night or day.
All your favorite fan shows are on YouTube, along with those fake YouTube ads like Chew This Gum and It Grows New Teeth. Experience the splendor of Bo sitting in his closet, Timmy Hall's gouty gold chains, and Matty Ice wearing a coat in 90-degree weather. It's all there. Head to YouTube and subscribe today.
1877 Cars for Kids. K-A-R-S Cars for Kids. 1877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now, 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Common Man and Bob Capace here for Worthington Jewelers. Bob, why should people trust you for their holiday shopping this year?
Family owned and operated for 25 years. We're known for helping guys make great decisions, unlike me hiring you, Common Man.
You know, I was thinking, I've been a good, clean boy this year. You got anything for me over there?
How about a nice anklet?
Sold! Worthington Jewelers on High Street in Worthington. WorthingtonJewelers.com, where Columbus gets engaged.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Keep your friends close and your producers closer. You're listening to Bishop and Friends.
It's always great getting to talk to Urban, and such a unique perspective. That stat I gave defies all logic. To go 26-3 in rivalry games is just crazy as a head coach to be able to do it. But the thing that Urban did, and this is I think this is what made him great. It's probably why, and he's admitted this, it's probably why the candle would blow out sometimes, because of how tight he kept it wound. Compete all the time. Like, it's not something that's sustainable over 25 years at one place. But he was a candle that burned brighter than any. And that rivalry record's unbelievable. I think the one thing that you'd want to be if you were in those spots, and I think if you listen to that interview we just did with Urban, he is honest to himself in it. And I think that's the key to having success in this, right? Some of it's just dumb luck. Like, crazy things happen in a game. Just sometimes it just is. Sometimes one team's just way better than the other. Sometimes that happens. But it's usually, and even in Urban's cases, the game in 16 where with JT Barrett on 4th down and then Curtis Samuel walking off, which had to be the loudest Ohio Stadium's ever been, or the game that Tyvus jumped in front of the 2-point conversion after they called the timeout. I mean, those things go another way. You know, the 5-2 restaurant doesn't sound as good as a 7-0. So it's just those small margins that define it. And it doesn't surprise me at all, knowing Urban the way that I do. It doesn't surprise me at all that 7-0 means more than 3 national titles. It doesn't. I mean, his first memories are of this rivalry. I mean, think about that with him and Tress, that we were blessed to have coaches who have been born and raised here, who grew up around it. And I think Ryan's done an incredible job of indoctrinating himself in it. Now, the results the last haven't gone the way that he wanted, but he can change all of that Saturday. It all goes away. You win Saturday, you're right back. And so that's the thing that's so crazy about this game is, to me, coaches have to be honest to who they are and who their teams are. And you don't change who you are for this game. I did think it was interesting that Urban said his approach to this game on Saturday would be very similar to the Texas approach. That eliminates your margin for error if you go that way. I mean, that's playing in a sandbox a little bit.
And I've heard him talk on Big Noon Kick, about Ohio State's defense and how you have to score 3 touchdowns on them. And I think, to your point about him being, true to himself, it's kind of been the same song he's sung all season.
Yeah.
About this Ohio State defense, that you have that ability, or you should have confidence in your ability to keep your offensive game plan pretty simple.
Yeah.
Because that defense is 7.5 points a game. And you're going to absolutely score more than that, even if you're simple for Ohio State's offense. And good luck Michigan, who doesn't have the most dynamic offense Ohio State will face this season.
Yeah, no, they don't.
It'll be... See, this is where it's different than a game, because I sit there and I say it from a logical standpoint, Michigan's offense and Ohio State's defense, and I go, that was dumb. Because
it doesn't make sense.
Last year it didn't make sense. Like, that was a worse Michigan offense. And you only needed 13 points, and you made it 4 in a row.
That's the thing that gets me a little nervy when I think about, play conservative. But, you think about it, and if you're looking for, and we'll get into some of this, much more of this breakdown on Friday when we're more into the X's and O's and the offense-defense matchups and all of it. But if you're looking for warts on this Buckeye team, they're very difficult to find. There really aren't any. They've kind of handled their business and dominated everybody, but it's probably short red zone stuff. That's probably it. They have been stopped on 4th down inside the 5 several times this season against lesser competition than this Michigan team that we're going to see on Saturday, certainly defensively. And I do think that this Saturday will be a bit of a points accumulated game. Like, I wouldn't want to go into the red zone and not score. Mm-hmm. I know that you got to get 7s over 3s. But I do think that, and I know that they're going to say it's more valuable to get the 7s. You back them up, you flip field. But there's an emotional component that the defense gets when it stops you on 4th down inside the 5. And there's and energy that reverberates through the stadium when that happens as well, versus just kicking the three.
And we're also talking about this defense.
Yes.
3 points matters with this defense, because we're talking about a defense that hasn't given up more than 13 except for twice this year, and a defense that we're like, I don't, how can Michigan score twice on them? I don't know. So 3 points matter when you have a defense like this. I think it makes sense in a way with these coaches, especially for this Ohio State team, when you have a defense like this. And, you know, Julian Sayin was making his first start against Texas. This is his first start in the rivalry game on the road. And you're thinking, well, we want to kind of play it close to the vest here. You're always thinking as a football coach, if you win the turnover margin, so don't let the young quarterback turn the ball over, even though Julian hasn't turned the ball over much this year. I think it makes sense for football guys and coaches to think that way. We sit back and we look, this is an offensive Ferrari, especially if 4 and 17 are in there. Go put points on the board, because if Ohio State, I'm pretty confident in saying this, if Ohio State gets to 21 points in this game, they are winning the damn game.
Yeah.
I don't see any scenario where Ohio State has 21 on the board and they don't win.
No. If you're curious about how redshirt freshman quarterbacks playing games up there do in their first time up there under Ryan Day, there's one who is also a 5-star, just like Julian, who probably up until that point hadn't played a game in too much of inclement weather. And I can't remember the exact temperature of this game. In 2019, Justin Fields, as a redshirt freshman, went 14-25 for 302 and 4 scores in the game. Beat him 56-27. So that type of dominance, that type of approach, I think Julian's capable of that. Now, I do think the wide receiver situation is something that you just have to monitor, obviously. Like, what does all of that look like? They also had J.K. Dobbins, who ran for 211 and 4 scores in that game, too. So that's the type of – I don't think you have to hide Julian. I think just let the kid live. I mean, he's one of the front runners for the Heisman. He's completing 80% of his passes. He's allergic to inaccuracy. I'd let him go a little bit. But I also understand the notion from Urban of play it tight, get first to 21, and we'll see on down the road. And I do think this is going to be one where get points every time you go to the red zone, and you're going to feel very, very good about yourself by the time it goes final. Couple of things in the sports world popping around. The Buckeye basketball team improved to 6-0 for the first time since 1920. They actually got to 9-0 that year. Beat Mount St. Mary yesterday. Junie Mobley with 26 in that one. They will play at Pittsburgh on Friday. So that'll give you another little bit of a test. They had the test against Notre Dame. You get another one Friday, and then it really amps up in terms of the schedule.
If Ohio State basketball wants to get where they want to get to this year, that's the Junie Mobley you are going to have, in my opinion. You need that from him to be a team that gets in the tournament and could possibly make the second weekend and beyond in the tournament. You need that guy.
Yeah, I don't know if you need 26.
Yeah, I was just about to say it.
You need threes being knocked down.
But you need him being the leader. You
a really
need
good
him
player.
Being the driver of the car.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I don't know. You think over Bruce?
I do.
I do too.
Because there's some limitations to Bruce, and I love Bruce. He's a really, really good player. But we've seen what this team is with Bruce as the best player. We need that Junie. We need him driving the ship.
I think the 5 Buckeyes in double figures is key. I think Devin Royal having 17 points, 4 assists is huge, because I think for this team, I think to ascend, you've got to have Junie as your engine, but you've also got to have Devin serving as kind of your 1A, 1B. And then you can have Bruce, and obviously Christoph Tilley will be great. I'm really, really excited to see what Tilley does against some of the more true bigs in the Big Ten. But there's a lot to like from last night that you can, again, Mount St. Mary's bad. They're 1-6, but tournament team last year. But you can, I think, look at some stuff from yesterday and say, all right, at 6-0, you go to Pittsburgh, and then you have like Northwestern, and then it's another Big Ten team, and then I think you got North Carolina.
Yeah.
So life will come at you fast.
And Tilly didn't play in the second half last night. Jake afterwards said that was just kind of precautionary.
Yeah, no reason.
So,
all right. Well, again, a little bit of a compressed week this week, so we're going to beat the house coming up next. That will be followed by a little bit of higher or lower, and then Matt Finkes will join us coming up at 10:30. That is your second hour of the program, and it's up next. Bishop and Friends right here on The Fan.
It's rivalry week, and dare I say the most rivalist one ever. Me Talk Pretty.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
With business banking, Tel Ohio Credit Union takes it personally. That's why they are the #1 SBA lender among Ohio credit unions. You are a member, not a number. That's the Tel Ohio difference. Visit telhio.org/business.
Certain restrictions apply. Tel Ohio is open to all in Central and Southwestern Ohio. Federally insured by NCUA.
James Laurinaitis here for my guys at Green & Sons, the premier Kubota dealership in Central Ohio. Green & Sons has all the Kubotas you need to tackle your land and come out a winner. They have zero-turn skid steers, tractors from 18 to 171 horsepower, and also utility vehicles. My favorite is my RTV Sidekick. The best thing about Green & Sons is they've been family-owned and operated since 1970, and you will love dealing with the Green family and their winning team. Do what I did and check out Green & Sons located in Mount Sterling and Marysville or online at greenandsons.com for all your Kubota needs.
Bobby Carpenter here for Germain Toyota. Swing by Germain Toyota and ask for Marcello and discover unbeatable deals and a wide selection of new and certified pre-owned Toyota vehicles. Visit them at germaintoyota.net. Germain Toyota on the corner of I-70 and Bryce Road.
You know, most people will agree with this. Life is a lot better without pain and more comfort. Hey, it's Anthony. I used to buy the over-the-counter insoles thinking that just the cushion itself would solve everything. It didn't. So I finally got serious about support. I went to the Good Feet store where I was personally fitted for arch supports. I started feeling relief, more stability, and stuff stopped aching. My lower back felt better. I don't care whether you're an athlete or you're retired. Get greater comfort and confidence from personally fit arch supports from the Good Feet store. That's because their arch supports are designed to align your body from the feet up, and they can help provide relief from pain and discomfort like it has for me. They have an expert staff trained to understand your specific needs, and they recommend the best solutions. It's simple. Just stop by the Good Feet store at one of their convenient locations on Polaris Parkway or Stringtown Road in Grove City, or, of course, learn more, a lot more, at goodfeet.com.
People can't say enough amazing things about Vanscoy Hair Clinics. Men and women struggle with hair loss every day, and they completely change their lives. Vanscoy Hair Clinics is the only company in Ohio that has PRP, platelet-rich plasma, and the multi-unit hair grafting hair transplant procedure. Go to vanscoyhair.com for more info, or call 614-432-8042. Here's what some of their hair transplant clients have said.
Around 26, 27, I lost almost all of my hair on top. It changed my life in ways that I could not imagine.
My hair is going to continue growing for the rest of my life. There is hope that you can do something about your hair loss.
Multi-unit hair grafting gives you 3 times more hair per procedure, saving you time and money. Hair transplants are more affordable than ever, and PRP is a fast, easy, and effective 45-minute treatment for thinning or damaged hair. Call Vanscoy for a free consultation, 614-432-8042, or visit vanscoyhair.com. That's 614-432-8042. Find out what procedure will restore your hair. Give the gift everyone wants. Fun in your own game room. Billiards Plus has gifts for everyone. Pool tables, shuffleboard tables, card tables, grills, and more. With professional delivery and installation, you'll beat the last-minute scramble. Reserve yours now. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast-track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, Home the Tin Man.
Things are going to be busy between now and the end of the year. You got holiday gatherings, school functions for the kids, families are getting together. I know. Hey, it's Timmy Hall, and the last thing you want to worry about this holiday season is whether your roof is going to make it through another Ohio winter. One call to Victor's Home Solutions, my guys, to schedule that free 21-point roof inspection will put your mind at ease, and you want to have a peaceful mind. A highly trained roof inspector will carefully examine every inch of that roof, checking the 21 most common areas of roofing failure. Then they go over their results with you and discuss your options going forward. Most of the time, problems can be fixed with a minor repair, but if it's time for a new roof, Victor's offers money-saving discounts and financing terms to make paying easy. And don't forget, they're so confident in their skilled installers, they offer a 50-year leak-free guarantee on every roof they install. So call or go online and schedule the free 21-point roof inspection today. 866-VICTORS or online at victors.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning. I'm Eric Reeser. The Ohio State men's basketball team is off to a 6-0 start for the first time since the 2019-2020 season. Buckeyes beat Mount St. Mary's last night, 113-60 at the Shot. OSU plays at Pittsburgh Friday night at 7 o'clock. The Ohio State women's squad plays number 21 West Virginia today at 1:30 in the Pink Flamingo Championship down in the Bahamas. Tyler Danberg will have the call over on the Fan 2. That's 1460 on the AM dial this afternoon at 1:15. In college football, number 1 Ohio State's at number 15 Michigan Saturday at noon. Wolverines have won the last 4 in the series. Hear from Ohio State's head coach today at noon on the Ryan Day radio show. And the Blue Jackets host the Maple Leafs tonight at 7. Hear it on the Fan with coverage at 6:30. This update's sponsored by Roosters. For every $50 you spend in Roosters gift cards this holiday season, you'll receive a $10 Roosters bonus buck. Get them at Roosters locations or online at roosterswings.com.
Sports conversation that's worthy of a toast, or at least a stiff drink. You're listening to Bishop and Friends.
Normally we hit this on a Thursday, but we will be forced to suck down turkey tomorrow at this time. Well, not this time. When do you guys do? When is your sweet spot for turkey dinner?
We're doing it 3 o'clock tomorrow, but no turkey this year. Doing a chicken.
Thank God. What a wise move out of you. Bake, when is your...
I think the best time is usually in the afternoon, sometime between 1 and 3, so then you can go back and get some dinner, too. I'm not a turkey hater like you, Bo. I actually enjoy some turkey. So.
Sure you do. I'm sure you order it every time you go to a restaurant. I'm a 1 o'clock. I think 1 o'clock is... I want to be 1 or 2, get that plate, watch the Lions, and then I want to have the digestion process hitting by the time I'm into Dallas in the late game. And the late game's good. So because of that, we're going to attempt to beat the house now. Hit it, fellas.
Beat the house.
Sponsored by High Bank Distillery Co. Visit their Grandview, Gahanna, and Westerville locations to experience the best in craft dining and distilling. Learn more at highbankco.com.
I'm very impressed with you guys bouncing back last week. Both of you guys with 9 and 5 weeks. So very good. Bo, you are now 94 and 84 on the season. Reese, you are 82 and 96. I've always loved Thanksgiving Day football. I love the tradition of the Lions and the Cowboys, and I love that you get the main guys. Although you don't. Tomorrow night, Collinsworth isn't going to be with Tirico. That's going to be Jason Garrett. But let's kick it off. 1 p.m., the Green Bay Packers in Detroit to face the Lions. Burkhardt and Brady on the call. 2.5-point favorites are the home team.
Yeah, Detroit's been a weird team to figure out this year. They're not what they were a year ago in terms of dominance. We'll see if it actually works for them in the long run. But the fact that I've only got to give 2.5. I'm basically just saying I like Detroit to win. So I do like them to win. I do think they take care of business on Turkey Day. So give me the Lions. And I hope they wear the Barry throwbacks in these, by the way.
That'd be great.
Just make those I guess not the permanent ones, but like the Thanksgiving ones, those should be the special throwbacks. Yeah, I like the Lions. Again, got to do a field goal. I think they'll do that on Thanksgiving. This will be a close one. This will be a fun one and a good way to start your Turkey Day, I guess, after the parade.
I think this is a fun one, too, a real fun one, and it means a lot to both of these teams. The Kansas City Chiefs head to Texas to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Nance and Romo on the call. The Chiefs are the home favorite, or the away favorites, excuse me. Dallas home dogs, 3 points.
I do like the Wizard going into Dallas and ruining Thanksgiving Day for the Cowboys, coming off that high, beating the Philadelphia Eagles last week. Give me KC in the 3 here.
Yeah, I think this has a chance to be the highest rated regular season NFL game of all time. Last week, Kansas City did like $22 million in the 1 o'clock window. I think this could be well into the 30s, 40. I mean, it's going to be massive. I'm with you, though, Reese. I just don't think Jerry can have too many nice things. So he got his big comeback on Sunday, and I think he gets his comeuppance on Thursday. I like the Wizard going in there and winning as well.
Post Malone, the halftime act.
All right.
Tomorrow night on NBC, we already said Tirico and Garrett on the call. Joe Burrow makes his return as the Bengals head to Baltimore to face Lamar and the Ravens. The Ravens are the favorites at home. No hooks again this week, guys. 7 points.
I know. They heard us complaining about it. I'm convinced. It's been the last 2 weeks where we've had whole numbers after a whole first part of the season where we had none. I like Baltimore to win this game, but I think Cincinnati is frisky with Burrow, and I think they play hard, and I think they score. Baltimore's not the Baltimore of old, so I think this is a really competitive game. Baltimore wins at something like 27-24, something like that, but that's well within the numbers. Give me the Bengals to cover.
Yeah, I like the Bengals to cover in this one as well. It's Burrow's that tide that raises all boats. And while he won't be tackling because he won't be playing defense, I think the Ravens have enough problems offensively that this is a lot of fun, but Baltimore wins in the end. Bengals covered.
So you guys are in lockstep with each other through Thanksgiving. Let's head to Black Friday, 3 p.m. The Bears in Philly taking on the Eagles. This is an Amazon Prime with Alan Kirk. The Eagles, the home favorite, 7 points they're laying.
Yeah, give me Chicago to cover. I think Philadelphia wins close. They don't blow another 21-point lead, but the Bears are 8-3, and I think they're legit. Philadelphia wins, however, on Friday.
This is one of those ones where I go, all right, one team's 8-3, the other one just gave up a 21-point lead, and they're favored by 7? Like, why is this not 4.5, 5.5? It's a full 7. Champions prerogative. Eagles cover the 7 at home on Black Friday.
Yeah. Sunday, 1 o'clock, the San Francisco 49ers in Cleveland to take on the Browns and Shedeur Sanders. This is a CBS game. The 49ers are the road favorite, 4.5 points.
Did you see that Myles Garrett is apparently dating Chloe Kim?
I did not.
The gold medalist snowboarder?
I was going to say, is it bad that I don't know who Chloe Kim is?
Yeah, she won the gold medals in the snowboard. I mean, he had his arm around her. He kissed her before the game in Vegas. I didn't know that. I feel like I should know these things. I think the Browns defense in what is going to be a god-awful weather conditions game on Sunday, like less than 40, rainy, sleet, snowy mess. I think the Browns defense is really tough to handle in that. I think I could see San Francisco winning this game, but I think it's really gross and really tight, something like 13-10. As long as Shedeur doesn't throw it to him, which I don't think he will, I think they got a chance in this one. So I like the Browns to cover the 4.5.
Was it 2 years ago when the Browns played the 49ers and nobody, and The Rock means nobody, thought Cleveland was going to win that game, and the Browns did? They're not going to win Sunday, but I think Cleveland covers the 4.5. Yeah, this is CBS, but not my boy Spear and Adam.
No. And isn't that was a PJ Walker?
That's what I was just going to say. Wasn't that PJ Walker?
Sure. Yeah.
Let's go.
Sure.
20-17, I think the final. The Browns win. Jacksonville in Tennessee to take on the Titans. The Titans are the home dog, 6.5 points. There's your guys, Spiro and Adam.
Guess not bad to spend Thanksgiving or the Thanksgiving weekend in Nashville.
Is this you, Reese?
Sure. Tennessee plus the 6.5.
Jacksonville. You know what Bill Simmons said this week about Trevor Lawrence that I can't shake? Trevor Lawrence is Jameis Winston.
He doesn't throw for as many yards, does he?
No, but I mean, the touchdown to interceptions is similar. Like, it's just kind of a weird one. Yeah, I like the 6.5 too. I think I'm going to go Tennessee to cover the 6.5 as well. I'm with you on this one, Reese.
Man, you guys thinking the same way this week.
Could be scary.
The Texans are in Indy to face the Colts, who are a favorite at home, 4.5 points.
Texans are on a heater. They've won 4 out of 5. Their defense is absolutely elite. Indy's wobbling a little bit. it just kind of feels ripe that Indy bounces back. They had the largest margin. I like Indy winning this one by 7. I'll throw the 4.5.
I like the Colts to win this, but you're getting CJ back for the Texans. The defense that you mentioned, I think, keeps this game closer. Home team still wins, but give me the road team to cover the 4.5.
There we go. We've got a difference.
Yes.
The Atlanta Falcons in New York to face the Jets. Ugh, this game is gross. It's on Fox. The Falcons 2.5-point favorites.
Yeah, if you're betting it, call the hotline. Give me the Falcons here.
Yeah, same. Falcons cover.
The New Orleans Saints. Oh my gosh, another gross one. New Orleans Saints.
All the good games are on Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and at night.
Not have to watch.
New Orleans
These are bad.
at Miami. Miami 6-point home favorites.
I have no earthly clue. I mean, this is brutal. I just don't know that Miami should be favored by 6 over anybody. So somehow, some way, Saints make it close. Give me them, and I'll take the 6.
Give me the home team here.
The Arizona Cardinals head east to take on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker with that shoulder injury. No clue if he's playing or not yet. Minus 3.5, though, are the Buccaneers at home.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cardinals plus the 3.5.
Yeah, same. Bake's been really struggling the last 6 weeks or so, even before the injury. And I think Arizona's a little frisky with Brissett, so I like Arizona to cover as well.
Gosh, the Bo Bishop Bowl coming up next. The Los Angeles Rams, 10.5-point favorites on the road against the best team in the history of the world, the Carolina Panthers.
I don't know who this is. Is this
I
you?
think it's you, buddy.
Okay. Yeah,
I think, right?
I think it's you, Bo.
Oh, it's me. My fault. Look, who could ever pick against Carolina? Who could ever do it? I mean, like, this line should be Carolina minus 62, quite honestly. But it's not. And it's really big. So somebody knows something. Ram it. Covers the 10.5.
Yeah, this might be belt to ass. Stafford, I think, continues his MVP campaign. Carolina picked Brock Purdy off 3 times in the first half, and they still trailed. What was it, 10 points?
They did, yeah.
These idiots.
We switch to the 4:05 games on Sunday. The Minnesota Vikings are at the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle given a big number at home, 10.5.
Is that because J.J. McCarthy's not playing? Did I see that right?
Might be. If he was playing, it might be 13.5.
Yeah, that's actually a really good point. Give me Seattle here. Yeah, this is another belt to ass game.
Seattle's great. Minnesota is not. Can you imagine me and Justin Jefferson and looking at Sam Darnold throw to Jackson Smith and Jigba and going like that? But that's me.
It's the Squidward.
Why can't I do that?
Yep.
It's the Leonardo DiCaprio point.
Yeah.
Hey. 4:25. The Bills and the Steelers in Pittsburgh. The Bills 3.5-point favorites on the road.
Bills a weird team, right? Weird team. I think that's the hook that brings me back. I like the Steelers to cover the 3.5.
Yeah, something's up with Buffalo, and I think it's more than just Josh Allen. Give me the Steelers to win.
Nope, not Sunday Night Football yet.
Sure.
The Las Vegas Raiders
Full slate,
taking on the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers favored by 9.5 at home.
I can't do it as loud as I'd like to because I only get one.
Only get one
pot on this side.
Hold on. Here you go.
Chargers, go.
Hell yeah, brother.
I don't know how Geno Smith is going to stay upright. I have a lot of respect for him for keep getting up time and time again. He got sacked 10 times. Like, come on. I'm with you. I like the Chargers big in this one.
Now we go to Sunday Night Football. The Denver Broncos in the nation's capital facing the Commanders. Home dogs are the Commanders by 6.5.
And I think Jaden's going to play in this one. It's kind of where we're trending. I would want to know that. I mean, we're picking this on First Friday, for God's sakes, not the actual Friday. So provided Jaden plays, I think Washington keeps it close, and I think it's within the 6.5, so I'll take the points.
Yeah, I don't see the Broncos beating them by a touchdown. They win the game, Commanders cover.
We had a lot of similarities, Reese.
Yeah, a lot.
Monday, the exact same last week. I don't know if our games were the same, but the record was.
Right, that's true.
We've got a Monday night or two. That's way far off, though, but it's the Giants at the Patriots. The Patriots right now, 7.5-point favorites. Of course, we will pick that after the holiday.
It's funny. It's pretty interesting how everything is. You're not going to be waiting all day for Sunday night or Monday night. or really the 1 o'clock window. Like everything's prime time early in the week. All the good stuff is tomorrow and Friday, really. That's kind of the way it'll all shake out. We'll do a little higher, lower. Latest college football rankings were out. We'll do that coming up next. Bishop and Friends right here on The Fan.
We're the highest rated sports radio station in America. There's no joke there. We just are. The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where we've successfully treated thousands of men for low testosterone and helped them feel like their old selves again. Please take a moment and listen to how we helped Tom.
Hi, my name's Tom. I've been a patient at Tri-State Men's Health, and I'm being treated for low testosterone. I didn't really notice the issue of just the energy and feeling slow in the middle of the day and waking up feeling as if I hadn't even gone to bed. When I walked into Tri-State Men's Health, I was extremely impressed from the get-go with the results of the treatment. I wake up in the morning now with clarity. I have had more energy in working out. I definitely have increased my strength. I would say that if there are men out there who experience some of the same problems that I did with inability to sleep well and waking up without feeling refreshed and having your energy flagging throughout the day, go see Tri-State Men's Health. It's changed my life and it'll change yours too.
Thanks, Tom. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
It's Happy Honda Days and Black Friday savings together at Germain Honda of Dublin. Strike now because through December 1st, get 0% APR up to 60 months on new Hondas. And you're even going to get 90 days until your first payment on both new and used vehicles. Rich has hundreds of vehicles in stock. The selection has never been better. Germain Honda of Dublin on Sawmill Road just south of 270. In-stock units only, not valid on prior sales. With approved credit, must qualify through primary lender. See dealer for details.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Shop Meyer this Thanksgiving and bring more good to your table with incredible savings on seasonal favorites. Enjoy a Meyer frozen turkey for just 39 cents per pound with M-Perks. Limit 1 per customer, no clipping necessary. Russet potatoes are 99 cents for a 5-pound bag. Select varieties of Aunt Millie's Big and Fluffy Rolls are $3.29 a dozen. And don't forget to top up your meal with the fresh from Meyer 10-inch pumpkin pie for $8.99. Make Thanksgiving a good deal better with savings on the whole meal at Meyer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meyer app.
Technology is meant to connect us, but when organizations rely on disconnected systems and outdated platforms, it's no wonder teams struggle to move as one. Plant Moran joins your team to close the gaps between strategy and execution, and between your people and your technology. Together, we design smart roadmaps and modernize systems so you can streamline operations, access accurate insights in real time, and become AI ready. Plant Moran, your goals and tech strategy in sync.
Jake Diebler's Buckeyes hit the road for a matchup with Dan Marino and the Pitt Panthers.
Live fan coverage starts Friday night at 6 p.m. right after Common Man and Timmy with the Tip at 7.
Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
Hi, the Scott Antique Markets are back again at the Ohio Expo Center, featuring hundreds of vendors with collectibles and merchandise from all over the world. The market is one weekend monthly, November through March. Build your family heirlooms. You can find everything that gets old. Just take I-71 to exit 111 to enjoy America's favorite treasure hunt. Visit thescottantiquemarket.com for more information. Come join us at the Ohio Expo Center for the Scott Antique Markets. It's huge. It's the Scott Antique Markets this weekend.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means you pick your wager. Will it be $1, $2, a crisp $20? Your call. Like picking your own numbers? Use any inspiration you like. Birthdays, jersey numbers, you name it. And if you don't feel like choosing, there's the Super Quick Auto Pick. With regular promotions that'll get you more bang for your Keno buck, multiple ways to win, prizes galore, and live draws every few minutes. Anytime is the right time to get in on the Keno action. Keno is always fun your way. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy skies for most of the day today and plunging temperatures down into the 30s by the afternoon, but gusty winds will make it feel like we are in the 20s. For tonight, mostly cloudy with lows in the 20s, but with those gusty winds continuing, our feels like could be in the teens in some spots. And for Thanksgiving Day, mostly cloudy, mainly dry with highs in the 30s, but breezy winds will make it feel like we're in the 20s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
It's finally here. Rivalry Week.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
We're talking about the Buckeyes and meat chicken all damn week. Join us, The Fan. The uncle you never knew you had. The friends you kind of wish you didn't. This is Bishop and Friends.
Indeed it is, and we are proudly brought to you by our great friends at Diamond Seller, your true jeweler for over 78 years. Go check them out for the holiday season. They will take care of you, I assure you of that. Time for a little higher or lower. Hit it, fellas.
Bishop and Friends present Higher or Lower.
Sponsored by the Waterworks. Call the Waterworks and Header Heating and Cooling today at 614-232-2222 or visit online at thewaterworks.com.
The College Football Playoff Committee released their fourth top 25 and fourth bracket projection, last night. It was unchanged with the top five from this week to last week. Ohio State, Indiana, Texas A&M, Georgia, and Texas Tech. The one change in the top 10 this week was Oregon jumps Ole Miss. The Ducks are at 6. The Rebels are at 7. Higher or lower for Ole Miss at 7.
Okay, a couple of things jump out to me when I look at this top 7. Number one, the committee is clearly not interested in making a television show every Tuesday night. Like, they're really not giving them much to work with. Like, none of this matters. They could just arbitrarily move guys in the top 5 just for the sake of it. Oh, I really like the way that Texas Tech looked against whoever they played last week, so we put them ahead of Georgia this week. Georgia wasn't that impressive against Samford. I mean, they could do any of that if they wanted to, and they're just not. They're not doing any of it. They just kept the top 5 the same. So the Oregon one is interesting to me because the bump that they got for beating USC. So, and they only dropped USC 2 spots, which I thought is appropriate. I think USC is about right there. Right? They're later in this poll. I think they're 17. And to me, that's about where USC should be. I think the College Football Playoff Committee has given more respect to the Big Ten than the AP and the coaches poll have. So I like them being ranked where they are. I'm cool with it. Here's the thing that's going to start to get interesting for both of these teams. Oregon has a decent data point still on their schedule. They go to Washington in a big-time rivalry game for those two teams. Washington's a little tricky. Ole Miss has the Egg Bowl. What I'm curious about with Ole Miss is what happens after that game goes final if Lane Kiffin says, yeah, I'm taking my talents to Baton Rouge. Will Ole Miss be judged the way Florida State was judged without their quarterback? Say they're a different team. That is an absolute mess for this committee. So I'm wondering if this moving of Oregon ahead of Ole Miss, by the way, I think Oregon is better than Ole Miss. I think Oregon's better than Texas Tech, too. I think Oregon might be better than Texas A&M, especially when they're healthy and at wide receiver. That's something I'm watching for, is how do they manage Ole Miss if Kiffin leaves?
They're definitely not making TV shows, Bo, because you had to wait 40 minutes last night for Rhode Island and BYU or USC and someone, I don't know, whoever that basketball game was. It was USC and someone to be wrapped up before you could even go on. We did the YouTube special, and I had to listen to Tito for 40 minutes.
Good Lord.
Filling time. So
can you imagine, like you wanted me to join that, can you imagine a worse thing for me than having to sit there and listen to him for 40 minutes?
I mean, maybe you're eating turkey tomorrow. I'm not sure, but
I don't hate it. Like, it's fine. I'll eat it. It's just an inferior bird. Save me some of the dark meat. I tell you what, if you just get me the leg, just give me one leg, and I'm good. I don't need anything else. I do like the leg.
Turkey legging it like a Viking, just ripping
That's
it
exactly
off.
right. Yeah, that's exactly right.
So they're not interested in making TV shows because they're just fitting this in between basketball games. I think it is interesting with Ole Miss, that kind of, for them, they drop and they don't even play. And we talked about that last night. What if Kiffin wins and then leaves? How do they handle it? It's going to be very, very interesting. Bo, I think your point on Texas A&M is very good because it's very easy, and they probably should right now be at 3. Mm-hmm. It's very easy to have them at 3 as they are undefeated. But outside of that Notre Dame win, they don't have a lot of impressive wins on their schedule.
No.
And I'm not so sure, like you said, Oregon wouldn't beat them. And wouldn't beat them in a series, quite frankly. So I think that's very interesting. I think what happens with Texas and Texas A&M this week could throw this all into a fit because they do love Texas. And if Texas wins that game, I think that and Kiffin are two things to watch here that are going to be really fun. I think Ole Miss is appropriate at 7. You can't drop them lower because they beat Oklahoma, so...
No, the Texas thing is fascinating because are they going to reverse engineer this to get a 3-loss team in? And Texas's argument backwards will be, if we had played Ohio, sorry, Reese, for taking the strays, if we'd played Ohio instead of Ohio State, then we're in. So you're punishing us from going to the now current number 1 team in the country to open the season, and we're being punished for that. So that will be the argument that they will make. You're right on A&M, and it's not their fault. But the best team, they have the winner of Notre Dame is their best win. It's in South Bend. That's one of the best wins in all of the sport. But other than that, it's not their fault. But LSU wasn't great this year. Missouri wasn't that great this year. Florida was down. Auburn, they didn't have to play Alabama and Georgia and Oklahoma. They do get Texas on Friday, and that one I will have all eyes on. I can't wait to see that one.
We'll round out the top 10 real quick. Number 8, Oklahoma. Number 9, Notre Dame. Number 10, Alabama. BYU's in at 11. Miami moves up to 12. Utah's down to 13. Vanderbilt's at 14. Michigan jumps 3 spots after beating Maryland to 15. Texas jumps up a spot to 16. Higher or lower for the Longhorns at 16.
Yeah, there's a lot here. I wanted to ask you guys this. Do you think that Notre Dame now, it's now impossible for them to host a playoff game?
I don't know about impossible.
They're 9. Barring chaos. So I know this. My NBC's summer lacrosse coach plays for Notre Dame, and I was talking to him last night, and he said that their school pushed it back a week so that they could be in session for a hypothetical home playoff game. So they're in school that week leading up to the 20th or whatever it is, that Saturday. So they are anticipating a home playoff game, and they're sitting there at 9. So that's something I'm watching a lot. I think Alabama at 10 is crazy too. I think they're better than that. But that is what it is. So I think Notre Dame's an interesting one. How they rig the bottom of this after next week is going to be fascinating. You asked about Texas. I'm fine with Texas being ranked where they are. I don't know if Texas is better than USC. Are they the best 3-loss team? Those two teams are both a little bit flawed. The other 3-loss teams are Tennessee, Arizona State, SMU. I like the Ponies a lot, not just because I like them, but also I think the way they've been playing for the last month. So I do think that I'm fine with Texas being where they are. I think the Tennessee thing is something to watch because Vanderbilt plays Tennessee this week, and they could get a big data point if they get a win there.
Just real quick, when you ask about a Notre Dame home game, I do think if BYU is able to beat Texas Tech in the Big 12 championship, it would throw 2 Big 12 teams in there. And then I wonder about your Ponies. If they, in fact, get the path laid out for them for the ACC championship, they're only getting 1 ACC team in.
They'd be the one.
Right.
So that's anytime I see this bracket and I see Miami in there, I'm like, I don't know how they're going to get there, barring just complete chaos. Because Miami would really, my buddy of mine's a Notre Dame guy, and he was like, what I'm worried about is Notre Dame becomes a spot below or a spot ahead of Miami, that Miami beats Pitt and they move up to 10. Now all of a sudden you have to compare Notre Dame and Miami, and doesn't that game have to matter? And I think there is a valid point there.
I think the committee has proven, though, they just like Notre Dame more.
They do, but they did talk about if they ever get to the same area.
If they've got to do that
Notre
one
Dame's
game.
9 and Miami's 10, they're closer. Miami's now up to 12. Now it's only 3 spots separating them.
That's bogus. Then you have them there now. If you're going to do that, then you do it now.
Well, they got another data point, though. They play Pitt.
Stop. Pitt's garbage. They lost to West Virginia.
I agree. I'm just telling you.
Come on.
Like, that's what they can do whatever they want.
I know. You can tell this is how much I love this when we're talking about 3 lost teams. You know this is my favorite thing. It just riles me up more than traffic in the morning. So I don't care about these 3 lost teams.
I don't either, but it's going to be pretty interesting to sit there from the Miami perspective and say, hold on a second, we beat them and we're out there in. If Pitt beats Miami, then it's done. You don't have to worry about any of it, and that's probably what Notre Dame is hoping for a little bit. Former Buckeye great Matt Finkes joins us, one of the original Silver Bullets, of course. He joins us in 2 minutes. Bishop and Friends right here on The Fan.
'Tis the season for making memories. Give the gift of more time together at Dick's House of Sport and join us for family fun events all season long. Plus, climb a rock wall, test the multi-sport cage, and perfect your swing in a golf simulator. And shop the widest selection of the hottest brands like Nike, FP Movement, Adidas, Carhartt, UGG, and Stanley. Unforgettable moments start here at Dick's House of Sport. Visit dicks.com/House of Sport to see what's happening this season.
Back for a limited time, the French dip from Firehouse Subs. Piled high with premium roast beef, caramelized onions, and melty provolone cheese on a freshly toasted garlic butter roll. Served with warm, savory au jus for dipping. This premium French dip is only at Firehouse Subs for a limited time. Head to your nearest Firehouse Subs or order ahead and skip the line. And remember, Firehouse Subs catering is perfect to feed the whole crew on game day. Limited time at participating Firehouse Subs restaurants while supplies last.
Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
my debit card.
Their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. member FDIC.
One day only Thanksgiving Day deals are coming to Lowe's.com. Plus, members get early access to online Black Friday doorbuster deals on gifting favorites, like the still trending Cobalt Mini Toolbox for just $14.98. Don't miss up to 50% off for one day only at Lowe's.com. We help, you save. Valid 11/27 only on Lowe's.com. Member only doorbusters and midnight Eastern. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change while supplies last.
Bishop and Friends is sponsored by Diamond Seller, your true jeweler for over 75 years. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
First Friday miracles are always better with Uncle Bo. This is Bishop and Friends.
It is the first Friday. We'll get you the officially endorsed. Your apple pie bourbon recipe coming up at the end of the show. A man who is just as sweet as apple pie bourbon is our next guest. He's our good buddy, Matt Finkes, an OG Silver Bullet entrepreneur here in town, and he joins us on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. You're a Piqua kid, man. What were your first memories of Ohio State, Michigan?
Oh, man. This is the funny thing, Bo. Like, growing up, I was not a huge football guy. I was a wrestler. Yeah. So, I actually got found by Ohio State football by coming to a game with the wrestling team as a recruit. So, it wasn't a huge thing for me. My dad went to a small school, played at Wilmington College, so we were never really that ingrained with the Ohio State-Michigan thing. So, really, my first kind of experience into it was my freshman year.
And obviously the experience.
And that wasn't good. Obviously, it was 93. We lost. Yeah,
it was not good. But what do you remember about that week, buddy, of leading into that?
It's palpable, right? It's a different feel. It's a different intensity. Like everything changes, and I know that they've done a lot to kind of take away a lot of the things like the band coming in and senior tackle at the time and everything. But everything happened that week back then at the same time. So including, getting ready and preparing for the biggest game of the season, you're doing all these other ancillary things and stuff, which are part of the tradition of it. But, you could just tell like the tradition of what was happening. And at that time, obviously, Cooper was yet to win one. I think he was 0-5 at that point and coming in. And it was just rough. And, former players were coming in and talking to the team and, with a lot of emotion and stuff. And you just really got the feel of kind of what this was. I mean, obviously, being from Piqua, the Piqua-Troy rivalry was a really big deal. So I kind of got a little bit of sense of kind of like the intensity of it. But, the magnitude of it is huge, and it still is to this day. Now, is it going to stay with the new system and what's going on and, in the playoffs and everything? I don't know, but for right now, let's keep enjoying it as being the bitter rivalry and as intense as it is.
What do you make, and you mentioned some of the changes that they've made, and they kind of treating it, Ryan had his normal availability on a Tuesday instead of Monday. Always used to be on a Monday. These little changes that they're making. What do you make of all of that stuff outside of it? And you lived it with Coop, and I know Coop really well, did Coach's Show with him for years, and I know he tried a bunch of different things, and sometimes it's just bad luck, it's just circumstances, who the heck knows. But what do you kind of make of how coaches handle all the distraction?
Every coach handles it differently, right? And I think that, what Ryan is doing now, I think they've learned. They've learned from last year more than any other year. I think when you look at the previous 3 seasons when Michigan was cheating, honestly, I've talked to Ryan about this. They were befuddled. And honestly, and for people that don't understand how significant that cheating scandal was, they were just at a loss as to why this was happening and how these guys knew what was going on and all these different things. But last year, I think, was a real turning point for him because that's a game where the pressure got to the coaching staff. Mm-hmm. The pressure got to the coaching staff, changed the way they approached the game, changed the way that they made adjustments in the game, changed the way that they coached the game. That filters down to the players, and they become tight, and they become, really kind of take on the personality of the coaching staff. And after that, having that team meeting afterwards and kind of realizing what they did wrong with that approach, I think was a really, not just a light going off for the playoff run, but I think, looking into this season and saying hey, here's how we're going to do it. We've got this system. We're not straying from it. Right. We're going to do this the way that we've laid out, and we believe in what we're doing, and this is how it's going to go. And people criticize them for the pace of play, for, the different kind of aspects of the game, but they're sticking with it because they believe in what they're doing and they're not going to change it. So I don't think that we're going to see much different from this team on Saturday than we've seen all year, because for them, it's execution. It all comes down to execution for them at this point.
What was 94 like?
That was a great one, right?
Right.
But the pressure was there too. And I think if Ryan doesn't win the national championship last year, this right now would be eerily similar, because I think you would have a chopping block just sitting under Ryan's head right now, where if they lose, he knows he's done. I think we know that was the case with Coop in 94. There was no secret. There was no social media back then, but there was plenty of other media, and we saw it everywhere that, if we didn't win that game, Coop was gone. The coaching staff was gone. Everybody that, had recruited us, who brought us in, who we, blood, sweat, and tears with for the past years, they were all going to go home and be fired, and we were going to be stuck with, whatever came in next. And so, there was a ton of pressure that game, but I think it was also in those situations, it's almost a little freeing. It's almost a little just, able to go at it. We were ranked maybe 22nd or something like that. I think Michigan was in the top 10 or something. And it's just freeing. And it allows you to go out, play fast, play loose, and just go after it and get it. And it was a great day. Had some big plays in the shoe, and everyone just came together and rallied around it. And couldn't have been happier for Coop at the end of that one, too.
Do you and your buddies ever talk about what a 12-team playoff would have done for you?
All the time. Literally, I was talking with Kevin Griffin yesterday, who, Kevin's the associate AD at OSU, and we're talking about some unrelated things. And we just, obviously we start talking about the game and stuff, and we talk about, how the significance of the game could change, really, with what this system is. Kevin's like, hey, we can play Michigan 3 times in a season at this point with the current structure. Do you lose some of that? And then he's like, man, if you think of just my years, 93 to 96, 2 of those 3 years, if not 3 of the 4, were in the playoffs.
Yes.
With pretty damn good shot at winning, I would say.
Yes.
Maybe not 93, because that was Nebraska, and they were a pretty big juggernaut back then. 94 was Penn State, and they put it on us. But 95 and 96, I would put us up against anybody in the country.
Well, 96, I mean, that would have been that Florida team with Werfel. They played Florida State in a rematch. Actually, you would have probably played Florida State in the national title game in that game in 96 because Florida State had beaten them, and instead you got the rematch of those two teams. So, yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of that. I know you watch this team very closely. It's remarkable how good they've been. I think they've covered all but twice all season. Great teams cover, right? Good teams win, great teams cover. They've handled their business. Yep. What do you want to see from this team on Saturday in terms of approach?
I want to see them come out and play the exact same way they've been playing all year, but just with a greater focus and a greater intensity that's going to come with this game. It's going to come naturally with it. I don't want to see them doing anything different. I think the defense is playing at an elite level. Those two inside tackles, I think, have developed into huge run stoppers for us. With Matt and what he's doing with that defense and having Caleb and Sonny in there as coaches on the field, really the sky's the limit with those guys. They're just so good, and they can do so many different things to confuse you. And, I played in the Belichick system for a little bit. And that's what it is. It's taking the talent and molding a system around that talent. And then, there's not a cooler customer in college football than Julian Sayin. Say what you want about him, and I think he's just probably the most underrated football player in America right now, which is hard to say because he's really, really good and gets some press. But, he's unflappable. He doesn't get flustered. He's a freshman. He misses some throws here and there. But, man, he comes right back and hits the next one. And the running game is developing. This team doesn't need to do anything over the top to win this game or to win really any other game they play this season. They need to go out and just play their game and execute, and that's what I want to see on Saturday.
Buddy, tell the folks a little bit about the app that you've developed and the start that you've had to it this fall.
Yeah, it's been great so far. It's called Behind the O. You can download it in your app store, whether you got an iPhone or Android. Behind the O, and it takes people behind the scenes of student athletes. It's not just football and basketball either. We've got wrestlers and lacrosse players and gymnasts and golfers and kind of the whole spectrum of sports. But it gives people a little look inside what these kids do on a daily basis, just hanging with their friends, hanging with their teammates, what they're doing in their off time to prepare, to recover. This is some of the craziest things is what these kids eat, calorie count to keep them going and working out throughout the day. That's some of the stuff that we get the most reaction with. But it's, in this era where, we can give fans access to some really exclusive content and generate some Google ad revenue. This app is totally free. It costs fans $0. They get on and they scroll for a couple of minutes each day. That generates ad revenue that we can, get back to these kids and help them out as they're, going through this college football or college sports experience, because not everyone is getting these multi-million-dollar deals and stuff like that. So, it's great for. That's why we got Jerry Rudzinski's son, Ryan, who's doing it for us. Ryan's a walk-on special teams guy. He's great. We got Gabe Cups on it as well.
Nice.
So we've got just a lot of kids that are having a blast with it. And it's a really fun content, and I think fans are loving it more and more. So yeah, if you haven't downloaded it yet, go to the App Store Behind the O and check it out today.
Great stuff, buddy. Always good talking to you. Happy Thanksgiving to you and yours.
Yeah, man. Happy Thanksgiving. Have a nice bourbon on me, bro.
You can count on that. I needed to get through it. We'll do a little thing or not a thing up next. Bishop and Fred's right here on The Fan.
Big Voice Guy here to remind you that you're listening to The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Okay, thanks. I have 3 more seconds. Bye-bye.
Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select steel tools. Shop online or in store.
Skyline's Mac and Cheese 3-Way is back. This time with white cheddar cheese and creamy cavatappi pasta. Try a Mac and Cheese 3-Way with Skyline's original chili or their new chicken chili at participating Skyline locations for a limited time.
Would you enjoy watching a football game if the officials were paid a bonus for every flag they threw? Or a basketball game where the refs got paid for every foul they called? Okay, how about hiring a furnace and AC company that pays its technicians by the number of parts they can sell you? Hi, this is Dennis, president of Care Heating and Cooling, and today, this is how many companies operate. They call it performance pay, and it rewards technicians by paying them more for billing you more. Why is this bad? Because it abuses your trust in a technician to be treated fairly and honestly. At Care, we've been family-owned for 31 years and have always paid our technicians by the hour for repairs. We'll show you exactly what needs to be fixed and why, and give you our low upfront cost before we start. And unlike other companies, our technicians will never be rewarded for throwing more flags. Our Central Ohio-based staff is here for you 7 days a week. Care Heating and Cooling. Book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com or call us at 1-800-COOLING. When you need a company you can trust.
Picture it, your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps. This season at Kroger, make the moments that matter possible with quality that's affordable in every aisle. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Don't miss great savings on bacon. 16-ounce packages of Sugardale bacon are buy one, get one free with your card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
You don't have to wait for Black Friday for good deals at Columbus Car Audio and Accessories. Save on remote starters, window tint, and all things car audio. Dash cams, Apple CarPlay, and more. Columbus Car Audio and Accessories Black Friday sale. Going on now. Morse Road, Main Street in Reynoldsburg, or columbuscaraudio.com.
At Baths R Us, we believe home improvement is life improvement, and that starts with the team who brings your vision to life. Our installers aren't just skilled, they're experts.
This is who we are. This is what we do all day, every day.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel. Plus, low to no monthly payments. Call 380-225-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsrus.com. 380-225-2284. Baths R Us, where dreams soak in.
Hello, big voice guy here. I've been hired to tell you all about the Fans YouTube channel. Did you know you can immerse yourself in Buckeye goodness like Austin and Burb's daily podcast, The Beat? Yes, sirree, Bob. Subscribe today.
Our clients deserve for us to care, and they deserve to feel serviced. They have questions, and they deserve answers. We're counselors first because I'm not selling them anything. I'm trying to teach clients how to protect themselves. At Curtis & Associates, we're personal injury attorneys. We've helped and continue to help hundreds and hundreds of clients every year. That's important to us. If you've been injured in an accident and it's not your fault, call now. 614-GOT-HURT. That's 614-GOT-HURT. Curtis & Associates. Attorneys who care.
I'm back to doing what I love and more. Thanks to the Good Feet store.
Do you want to walk, play pickleball, and enjoy other fun activities to stay healthy, but you can't because of bad feet? Hi, this is Mike, and the Good Feet store wants to help.
I just had difficulty walking. I tried them on in the store, and my foot felt so much better.
Do you keep buying new shoes and inserts with little or no relief?
I tried all kinds of shoes. It was the arch supports that made the difference from the Good Feet store.
Don't let bad feet, knees, or back problems get in the way of staying healthy and having fun.
Thanks to the Good Feet store, I bowl in 3 nights a week.
Get back to doing what you love. At the Good Feet store, we'll personally fit you at high-quality arch supports to maximize your comfort. Stop in the Good Feet store or book your free fitting at goodfeet.com. Visit the Good Feet store on Polaris Parkway near the Polaris Mall or on Stringtown Road at Grove City.
Thanks to the Good Feet store.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. If you say something with enough confidence, it must be true. You're listening to Bishop and Friends.
All right, time for a little thing or not a thing on a First Friday. Hit it, fellas.
Thing or not a thing.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
On Tuesday, NFL reporter and Shedeur Sanders enthusiast Josina Anderson reported there are at least 2 NFL teams that have interest in talking with Bill Belichick this offseason. Anderson said a third team could also enter the mix, with Belichick still having, quote, deep respect from a number of owners across the league. Belichick, in a statement about a month ago, says he will not pursue, quote, any NFL coaching vacancies. His Tar Heels are 4-7 in the first season with Belichick. They'll wrap the season Saturday night at NC State. Thing or not a thing?
This feels like a little bit of a plant to me. Isn't he 73? I don't know. I think if Atlanta didn't hire him the last time, I'm not sure that anybody would. This does allow me to talk about something we have not talked about yet here on the show, and this is the idea that his girlfriend, Jordan Hudson, is part of a professional cheerleading team?
Adult cheerleading.
Of adults?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, that's a choice, right? I mean, that is a hell of a choice. And she, just think about how much he loves her. He went and watched. Like, I would be embarrassed. Even if I was like in my late 20s, like, and what do you do? Oh, I got a girlfriend. What's she do? Oh, she's an adult. She does adult cheerleading. Oh, do you mean like she's a cheerleader for like, the Browns or the Bengals or the whatever? No. She goes to competitions and cheers. Okay. That's a choice.
It's just the gift that keeps on giving, isn't
it? It's unreal.
I don't think
it's all totally normal.
I don't think this is a thing, and I don't think this is a surprise either. We know how it is, and the NFL likes to recycle coaches, and Belichick may be the best to ever have done it, so people might have some interest, kick the tires, and it doesn't surprise me that maybe Belichick would want to go back because college certainly has not worked out the way he thought it would.
He would go back if he had to crawl from Chapel Hill to coach the Giants. He would go. Like, you think he likes this? College sports? It's a mess.
This actually came down last night, and I forgot to put it on the show sheet, but I will put this to you guys now. We talked about the OHSAA voting in favor of NIL at the high school level. Yeah. A new bill proposed by an Ohio Republican lawmaker would revoke that NIL bylaw. So this is State Representative Adam Byrd proposed a new legislation that states high schoolers cannot participate in NIL deals. Thing or not a thing?
Yeah, I love when politicians waste time. This is an elected official. It's an elected official. And he's going to waste time with this? Dude, just look at what's happening at the national level. You do something like this, you lose in court. Stop wasting our time. You can't put this genie back in the bottle.
Where is Mr. Byrd from? Like, where is his jurisdiction that he represents? Because this is a thing because he needs to go bye-bye. Because he obviously has no understanding of government and the legal system and all of this. Because as Bo said, all of these things are losing in court. This dude is tone deaf as to what is going on in the world. So the people that voted him in need him to go away because he's no good for them.
He's just wasting time.
So New Richmond's in the southwest corner of our state, just right outside of Cincinnati on the Ohio River. Just from the For What It's Worth department. A friend of the program, Amanda Kristovich of Front Office Sports, says college athletes will not be allowed to bet on professional sports after all. The NCAA received a 2/3 vote from Division I schools to rescind a rule that allows players to bet on professional sports. So back in late October, NCAA committees, which we love, voted to allow college athletes to bet on pro sports without penalty. That would have taken effect on November 1st. Then that NBA betting scandal happened with the FBI, and the NCAA's Division I board paused the decision. Implementation of the rule was postponed until November 22nd while that voting took place. Overall, Front Office Sports says about 80% of Power Conference schools reportedly requested to void that rule, allowing players to bet on pro sports. Thing or not a thing?
I'm kind of the point with anything that the NCAA does of just saying, like, okay, how are you going to police it? I mean, that you have to be reminded sometimes that they never really had an army of Pinkertons that were investigating anything anyway. It was always the media that did the investigations. It was newspapers, it was television shows, it was in later times online or podcasts that was investigating wrongdoing. It wasn't the NCAA. You had to, in media, you would uncover the wrongdoing, and then the NCAA would investigate what you had uncovered. That part's gone. The old traditional investigative media is gone. So who in the hell is going to police this? It's not a thing to me because I don't care. It doesn't make any difference to me if they can bet on it or not. I don't think it changes anything. I don't think that all of a sudden making it to where they can't bet on it is going to change anything in regard to throwing games or point shaving or any of the things that they're all worried about. I just don't know how they're going to police any of it.
Yeah, this isn't a thing, Bo, because as you mentioned, there's no policing of it. Who cares? What I don't understand, though, is what did the NBA betting scandal worry them for? Because they're not allowed to bet on college sports. So how are they going to get into, even if they get into the same situation that some of these NBA players did, if you're not allowed to bet on college sports anyway,
Right.
Like, if they're throwing the college sports, it's still the same. They're still wrong. So I don't understand, like, why what happened in the NBA makes them rethink what they were doing.
Yeah, good point.
Let's do a little bit of a chaser here. So Edna High School's Mason West, he was the number 29 overall pick by the Blackhawks back in 2025, made a dream come true last Friday night. He won a Minnesota high school football state championship. The 6'6", 218-pound hockey forward / quarterback completed all 7 of his passes for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns as his Hornets rolled to a 42-35 win over Moorhead for the Minnesota State High School League 6A state championship. 24/7 Sports says he's the 13th ranked football prospect in the state of Minnesota. He already led Edina, to an MSHL state championship in high school hockey. He can now add that football state championship to his list of growing accolades before he goes to the NHL. Thing or not a thing?
It's an awesome thing. Good on the Blackhawks for letting him do this. So cool to say, yeah, man, go. We got your rights. This is a first-round pick. And they said, yeah, go ahead. Play for a state championship, and he did. That is really, really cool of Chicago. Very cool.
The first thing I thought of when I read this story was threes. Playing football and hockey in high school, and hearing the stories when he was on the show with you guys before. Yeah, this is a really awesome thing. Some dudes are just blessed, right? Like, not only is this guy 6'6", 218 pounds, but he's really good at sports, good enough to play 2 of them like that. That's really awesome.
Yeah, very, very cool story. I'm glad you got that one in there. Final hour here on the First Friday. Your big officially endorsed coming up at the end of it. We'll do a little Hey Guys coming up next. Bishop and Friends right here on The Fan.
It's rivalry week, and dare I say the most rivalist one ever. Me Talk Pretty.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
Your home of the Buckeyes, The Fan.
More than a few of our patients have talked to me about their first time, but it's not the first time you're probably thinking about. It's the first time that erectile dysfunction ruined the moment. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if you're over 50, it's likely that you've had that first time yourself. But the good news is that if you're like most men, that first time can be the last time that ED impacts your sex life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're experts in treating ED. We've treated tens of thousands of men using protocols with success rates well over 90%. And those treatments have, in most cases, made sex great again for both them and their partners. You could even find that you're performing like you haven't in years. So if ED has been affecting your intimacy, it's time to make the last time that happens the last time that happens. For just $99, you'll receive blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you.
Dormar, your planet hero.
When your furnace or air conditioner is broke, we come out that same day. Dormar, home the Tin Man.
Realtors usually charge you 6% to sell your house, but not my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They take 1%. It's in the name. And this is full service. No shortcuts, no for sale by owner crapola. They do it all. Call 614-451-6616.
Lights are going up, snow is falling down. There's a feeling of goodwill around town. It could only mean one thing. McRib is here.
McRib season is here at McDonald's. Right now, enjoy a McRib and pair it with our world-famous fries and an icy cold Dr. Pepper at participating McDonald's for a limited time.
McRib is here. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Ends 12/31/25. Visit website for details.
Diamond Seller's Holiday Gala is back. Hi, it's Alex Johnson from the Diamond Seller. I remember the wonder I felt as a kid when I walked through the dazzling displays, meeting world-class designers and sharing joyous moments with my family. Now, I have the privilege of sharing this tradition with my own children and with all of you. Our gala is more than an event, it's an opportunity to come together, create memories, and enjoy 25% off the designers you know and love for one weekend only. So join us December 4th through 6th and visit diamondseller.com/gala to learn more.
At Giant Eagle, we believe in better. Because it's time to break out the holiday recipes. Because your get-togethers bring everyone together. Because it's always the right time to share an eggnog by the fire. Because you make the holidays feel like the holidays. At Giant Eagle, we're going for better. To bring the holiday magic home. Because it matters.
I love a good Hollywood casino party. Scotty Vegas here, and there are so many reasons to party on Sunday, December 7th with us. Watch the college football playoff bracket come out with us at noon. Watch the Browns, Bengals, and Steelers games all at 1 o'clock with us. Then parlay the great food, huge screens, and best big-time prizes at the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. You're watching. We're watching. Let's watch together. Sunday, December 7th at Hollywood Casino. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Oh, no.
Ah, that's the sound of someone who's misplaced
My debit card.
their debit card.
Where did I leave that thing?
Not at the gas pump, or the checkout counter, or the roof of your car. Now, if he has the Chase mobile app, he can use Card Lock.
Wait, I could just lock my card.
Yep, just a few tippy taps on his phone, and that sound? That's peace of mind from Chase.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank N.A. Member FDIC.
One day only Thanksgiving Day deals are coming to Lowe's.com. Plus, members get early access to online Black Friday doorbuster deals on gifting favorites, like the still trending Cobalt Mini Toolbox for just $14.98. Don't miss up to 50% off for one day only at Lowe's.com. We help, you save. Valid 11/27 only on Lowe's.com. Member only doorbusters and midnight Eastern. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. See Lowe's.com/terms for details. Subject to change while supplies last.
Dormar, you're kind of hero.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus.
Good morning. I'm Eric Reeser. The Blue Jackets are back on home ice, looking to put a halt to a 2-game slide. CBJ hosts the Maple Leafs tonight at 7. You can hear it on the Fan with pregame coverage at 6:30. Jackets defenseman Zach Werenski left Monday's loss in Washington with an upper body injury. Werenski spent time on the ice this morning, but remains questionable for Wednesday, as does Kirill Marchenko and Matthew Olivier. Jackets are back on home ice Friday, hosting the Pittsburgh Penguins. In college football, number 1 Ohio State heads to Ann Arbor to battle number 15 Michigan Saturday at noon. Hear from OSU's head coach today at noon on the Ryan Day radio show. In college hoops, the Ohio State women's squad plays number 21 West Virginia in the Bahamas today at 1:30. You can hear that game over on the Fan, too. That's 1460 on the AM dial. This update sponsored by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. Together to serve you better, scheduled today at thewaterworks.com. Breaking sports news when it happens on the Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Drink recommendations, movie reviews, sports discussion, and whatever the hell Reeser does. This is Bishop and Friends.
All right, final hour here on the first Friday. Get your apple pie bourbon recipe at the end here. Between now and then, time for a little hey guys. Hit it, fellas.
Nothing is off limits. Your participation is required. Just use the hashtag HeyGuys and ask anything you want. Do it now.
Sponsored by High Bank Distillery Co. Dine, drink, distill at High Bank Distillery Co. Learn more at highbankco.com.
And the winner here gets $50 in gift card from our great friends at High Bank and a free distillery tour and tasting for up to 10. Home of the best blended whiskey in America, 3 years running. Did you see their silver bullet bottles they did with 11 Warriors? Good night, nurse. Are those gorgeous? Little birdie told me we got something special coming with them here in the next couple of weeks, so be on the lookout for that as well.
Oh, baby.
Taking
Very
questions on Twitter at 971BFS or in the YouTube chat. We'll start with Jay on Twitter, who asks, hey guys, who has the superior Thanksgiving episode, Seinfeld or Friends?
So I'm more Seinfeld than Friends anyway. I mean so I viewed those two shows. Seinfeld was, I think, is maybe the greatest thing that's ever been put on television when you factor in the degree of difficulty. Like the fact that they got that done while doing 20-some episodes a year, while having FCC over them. I mean, it's not like LD doing Curb Your Enthusiasm where he could do it whenever he wanted. Like, you had to do 20-some episodes every year for all those years they did it. So I'm trying to remember because in those days, like the sitcoms on the major networks, they would all do Thanksgiving episodes every single year because it was part of sweep. So like when he asked the question, I wonder like what Friends Thanksgiving episode is it? And then is the Seinfeld Thanksgiving episode, I mean, I remember the one where Kramer was a turkey, but was that when he was putting butter on himself? And was that Newman getting an eye on him? Where Newman was thinking, I'm trying to remember what the Thanksgiving Seinfeld episode was that he's referring to.
With regards to Seinfeld and Friends, I can offer zero help.
Yeah.
So I was never a Seinfeld person. Like, I don't think I ever watched Friends or Seinfeld much when they were live on NBC on Thursday nights. And obviously, you've picked up reruns over the years. I've seen more Friends reruns than Seinfeld for sure. It's just Seinfeld's just nothing I never watched. So I don't really remember anything from Thanksgiving in Seinfeld. And Friends, I vaguely remember anything. Usually, if I was watching Friends, it was because a girlfriend had it on, and I wasn't paying attention much. So, yeah, I'm not much help here either.
You're missing out on Seinfeld. That's incredible. It still holds up to this day. So here is the Seinfeld episode. It's called The Mom and Pop Store. Jerry is desperate to know if he's invited to Tim Watley's Thanksgiving Eve party. So, okay, now I'm remembering all of this. He shows up uninvited. Elaine enters a contest to win a spot holding a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade for Mr. Pitt. That one, now I got it. This is the John Voight car one. Yeah, very good. Yeah, that's a good one. Seinfeld wins. Seinfeld over Friends always.
We'll stick with Twitter. This one from Snagglepuss. Hey, guys. Give me 3 things from your sports Christmas wish list. His examples. Number 1, Kyle Schwarber signs with the Guardians. Number 2, Shedeur turns out to be the quarterback the Browns need. Number 3, Ohio State becomes the first ever 3-time football national champion. He ends it with Happy Thanksgiving. He'll hang up and listen.
Yeah, some good ones there. I think for us here locally, like, somehow the Blue Jackets acquiring Connor Bedard before Christmas would be a lot of fun to have him on the roster. In terms of realistic, the one he hits with Shedeur is the most realistic because that changes everything for that franchise. If he is a franchise quarterback, then because their rookie class is really, really good, and they could potentially flip this thing in a hurry if he hits. The one that historically I would enjoy the most is if this team went undefeated and did it back-to-back, because I am a fan of seeing things that haven't been done or seeing things that are rarely done, and that would check those boxes. So, like, to be the first team to go like 16-0 and win back-to-back national titles, that puts you in a pantheon of the sport, and it's within reach, as crazy as all of that sounds, puts you in a pantheon of the sport that very few have occupied.
So my number 1 is Kirill Marchenko hoisting the Stanley Cup. My number 2 is the Cleveland Browns have a starting quarterback that can start for them for the next 10 to 15 years and maybe give them the Lombardi Trophy. And then because it's this week, I think I have to say a win over Michigan. If I get an extra one, an Ohio State basketball national championship in my lifetime would be pretty darn cool to see.
I'm just going to go.
If you had to pick one, Reese, before you go, most likely the Blue Jackets win a Stanley Cup, the Browns win a Super Bowl, or the Buckeye basketball team wins a national championship in your lifetime, how would you rank those?
Hold on, say that again.
Blue Jackets win the Stanley Cup, Browns win the Super Bowl, Buckeye basketball wins the national title.
3-1-2.
So Browns number 1 most likely?
Oh, no. Browns are the least likely of those 3
Browns
scenarios.
3.
Yeah.
Blue Jackets 2.
Yep.
And
Buckeyes 1. Yeah.
Least likely to happen. Yeah, I got to say the Browns. Just because. Actually, no, that's not right. I think Ohio State winning a national championship in basketball is probably the least likely because I think Ohio State is always going to have in this NIL world, their funds are going to be more skewed towards the football team. So I think it's going to be harder in basketball when you have blue bloods out there that are putting more of their money into basketball. So I'd say basketball is the least likely. Probably the Browns next, and then the Jackets. I hope the Jackets are the most likely to happen.
I would probably go Browns, Jackets, Buckeyes would be the way I would do that. In the NFL, if you get the quarterback, and I know they've been looking for it since Bernie, but like if you get that, like it can happen pretty quickly.
I just think with the Buckeyes, I've seen it in my lifetime where they've been a national championship contender, how they've played in national championships.
You haven't seen them win it, though.
I haven't even seen I haven't seen the Browns in the AFC championship, and I haven't seen the Blue Jackets make it past the second round.
None of them are very likely.
Mills
don't
asks,
do that on a holiday week. Don't say that on. Come on,
not in the near future anyway.
Don't do that on a holiday weekend.
Buckeyes are probably closest in the near future.
Mills asks on YouTube, hey guys, if I'm not going, do you prefer watching the game alone or with a group of friends/family?
I will watch with my family, the boys and I, and we'll all watch. I can't do parties for the game. I can't do. I enjoyed covering it in the press box a lot, but since I don't cover games anymore, I can't. Like my wife sometimes will be, do you want to go do a part? No, I don't. I need it to be as climate controlled as possible. There will come a point, I'm sure, on Saturday, especially if it's nervy, where I will leave the room. Like we'll watch it in the basement with the 3 TVs set up. I will leave the room and I'll go to my office and close the door and watch it by myself. Like that's my process, for better or worse.
I'm the same way. Scotty Vegas is bugging me. Hey, you're coming to the casino Saturday. I'm like, I can't do it. I cannot. Yeah. Games that I really, really care about, I only have certain places I want to watch it, maybe certain people I want to be around. And like you said, if this game gets nervy at all, I am not going to be a pleasant person to be around. You're not going to want to talk to me. So, yeah, there's a good chance I'm sitting in my house by myself watching this game Saturday, and I am perfectly fine with that.
Same.
There might not be enough time in this segment or even in the program today. Chris asks in the YouTube chat, hey guys, can you give us a bit of background on how First Friday started?
Sure. Started when I was in Tallahassee, and we had certain places that we went every day of the week. So Monday was AJ's, Tuesday was, oh my God, what was it? Doesn't matter, some other place. And Thursday was this place, and Friday was this place, and Saturday you had a place where you'd go out every night of the week. And Wednesday would always sit there open. And as a kid, I always hated the idea of how to spell Wednesday. Like I still remember as a kid, Wednesday, like how to spell it, so that annoyed me. And I thought Hump Day just sounded stupid, so I'm like, dude, let's just do 2 Fridays. You got a Friday on Friday. Let's just do Wednesday as First Friday. And I started talking to people in the television business because that's where I was at that time. And we just started talking about First Friday. It's a First Friday miracle. And the idea being behind it, like you go have a cocktail, treat it like Friday. Worst case scenario, even if you really tie one on, all you got to do is get through a Thursday and then you got another Friday. And it's truly been a way that I've kind of lived my life for 25 years now. Like, not that I always go out and now that I have the kids, I'm not out boozing every single First Friday, obviously. But there is this mentality of once I get to First Friday, the week's whipped. And that's kind of my view of it. That I view it as like, we're there, baby. We get through First Friday, you're good. You're on to the weekend. So that's where it came from.
Jeff Rimmer's middle half asks on YouTube, hey guys, what high school did you go to and what was your school's nickname?
Brady High School Bulldogs, Brady Bulldogs. I actually have the jerseys. I still have my high school jerseys. But the school doesn't exist anymore. It was rural Montana, and so as a lot of those big farms and ranches have consolidated, so too have the schools. So now they are the Brady Dutton Power Titans, I believe.
Like John Dutton?
Yeah. They're the Brady Dutton Power Dutton Brady Titans in football, and they're the Brady Dutton Diamondbacks in basketball, or Dutton Brady Diamondbacks in basketball.
Made all those jokes about Yellowstone, and it's actually true.
It is. I mean, like the way that the family farms and ranches have gone away is a fact. Yeah.
I went to Grove City, so I am a proud Greyhound.
Bougie Reese.
Well, you can't pick where you grow up, but I was privileged.
The Golden Bears.
Upper Arlington. Yeah. Great parades.
You got great
Tell you
grades,
what,
buddy.
4th of July, none better.
You think what you'll see tomorrow in New York City is good? Check out Northwest Boulevard on the 4th of July.
Let's go, baby. It's all you need.
Is your chair out right now?
No, Baker, it's November. Come on.
I thought it was always there, like a park bench.
You got to keep it in good condition. I can't have the elements getting to it.
Maybe taxpayer dollars took care of that.
That's right, yeah. We got a winner. What about was it the Seinfeld Friends? Because then I got to relive John Voight's car. And I think the deal was that John Voight bit the pencil. And so Costanza was trying to get the dentist to compare the tooth marks on his arm because John Voight actually bit him. I think all of that happened in that episode, and that's a great episode. So who was the one who did that?
That was Jay on Twitter.
All right, Jay. Congratulations. You get the $50 gift card to our great friends at High Bank and the free distillery tour and the tasting for up to 10. Stop by High Bank's 3 locations, Grandview, Gahanna, Westville. Enjoy those award-winning spirits for your next happy hour. Make your reservations at highbankco.com. Drink local, drink High Bank. Joel Klatt's going to be on the call for Ohio State, Michigan on Saturday. He had some thoughts on the best rivalry in all of sports. We'll get to it coming up next. Bishop and Friends right here on The Fan.
Tweet from a listener. Are you carrying the Buckeye game today? Considering we've never not carried one, yes. The answer is yes. The Fan.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, is it true?
What's that?
Tire Discounters is offering up to $200 off sets of Goodyear tires?
Absolutely.
Plus free alignment and a full synthetic oil change?
You got it.
I'm not one to exaggerate, but that may be the best deal in the history of the world.
But free would be better.
Mike, don't toy with me.
Through the holidays, every day we're open, someone will get their money back on 4 tires.
But I...
Just breathe, Phantom. Breathe.
No purchase necessary. Install 3125. Visit website for details.
Back for a limited time, the French dip from Firehouse Subs. Piled high with premium roast beef, caramelized onions, and melty provolone cheese on a freshly toasted garlic butter roll. Served with warm, savory au jus for dipping. This premium French dip is only at Firehouse Subs for a limited time. Head to your nearest Firehouse Subs or order ahead and skip the line. And remember, Firehouse Subs catering is perfect to feed the whole crew on game day. Limited time at participating Firehouse Subs restaurants while supplies last.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. You know, it's cold out there, and if you spent all last winter thinking that it was time to replace your windows, but you didn't want to spend the money or have your windows done in the middle of the winter, well, it's good you waited. Now, during Window Nation's end-of-year sale this November, you could save big on your windows. You'll save 50% off all window styles, plus you could get 0% interest financing for 5 years. Window Nation's proven quality windows are so good, you'll actually save money on lower utility bills every month, and they're backed with a lifetime warranty. Window Nation even has an A+ rating from the Better Business Bureau and over 45,000 5-star customer reviews. And did I mention you could celebrate your newly upgraded home with a chance to get tickets to an upcoming Ohio State game? Don't wait to put an end to your window problems. Window Nation's end-of-year sale is your chance to save big with 50% off all window styles, plus 0% financing for 5 years. Window Nation, a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Hurry, the sale ends soon, so visit windownation.com today to get started. Once again, that's windownation.com.
When you've thrown over 4,000 innings like I have, you know joint pain isn't a maybe, it's a guarantee. For you, was it climbing ladders or too much heavy lifting? Hey, we're all in the same boat. But surgery, that was never my answer.
Baseball legend Roger Clemens knows there's a better way. That's QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that help your body heal itself. No scalpels, no fake fixes, just real relief.
What I love about QC Kinetics, these are the most respected medical pros in the country that specialize in non-surgical therapies to get you moving again.
Don't mask the pain, fix it. Call QC Kinetics now for a free consultation.
I trusted QC Kinetics. You should too.
Call QC Kinetics today and schedule your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544.
What's the best way to make sure you don't miss any of your favorite fan shows? Oh no. Download the Fan app, silly.
Ah, damn it, I knew that.
App Store, Google Play, or just scream right at your phone. Psst, you can also listen to Buckeye games. Do it now.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy real estate as is fast for cash. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family. I even buy my tenants won't pay me the rent houses. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
At the Ohio Lottery, we make Keno fun, your way. That means every few minutes across Ohio, 20 out of 80 possible numbers are randomly picked. And if some of the numbers you picked match, voila, you're a winner. Keno doesn't require you to know a single thing about sports ball or overs, unders, pluses, minuses, or lines, or whatever else. Keno is as simple as, did some of my numbers match? They did? Great. You just raked in some dough. There are more than 20 hours of Keno draws every day and thousands of places to play statewide. Lottery players are subject to Ohio laws and commission regulations. Play responsibly.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Mostly cloudy skies for most of the day today and plunging temperatures down into the 30s by the afternoon, but gusty winds will make it feel like we are in the 20s. For tonight, mostly cloudy with lows in the 20s, but with those gusty winds continuing, our feels like could be in the teens in some spots. And for Thanksgiving Day, mostly cloudy, mainly dry with highs in the 30s, but breezy winds will make it feel like we're in the 20s. For The Fan, I'm meteorologist Meredith Garfalo with the 10 Weather Impact Forecast.
Drop what you're doing unless you're doing nothing, then keep doing that. It's Rivalry Week.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
Go Bucks, beat Michigan. Our top men are working on everything except this show. This is Bishop and Friends.
Indeed it is, and we encourage you to get ready to play, win, and celebrate big at Scioto Downs, your ultimate Caesars Rewards destination. And with Caesars Rewards, you're going to earn every time you play, stay, dine, or shop. Not just here, but all over 50 Caesars Rewards destinations across the United States. From unforgettable getaways to incredible culinary experiences, members enjoy exclusive perks and benefits that make every visit worth it. Here at Scioto Downs, the excitement is nonstop. Take your picks. 1,700 of the hottest new games. Sip on award-winning craft brews at the Brew Brothers Microbrewery, or dive into Guy Fieri's Trattoria, home of the out-of-bounds 68-layer lasagna. And the energy keeps building. Scioto Downs has been chosen to host the prestigious Breeders' Crown in 2026, featuring 12 championship races. It's one of the biggest events in harness racing, and it's coming right here to Columbus. So come, experience the action, the rewards, the unforgettable moments. They're waiting for you at El Dorado Scioto Downs, a Caesars Rewards destination where the rewards never stop. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966. Visit Caesars.com/Scioto Downs for details. Joel Klatt has called how many of these now? I mean, it's been a minute since Fox has had the rights to this one. I remember the last one that Herbie and Fowler called and kind of everything that went into that. So they've called several of them in a row here. So it's been a minute. He knows it very well. And him and Gus are kind of the voice of Ohio State football from a national television perspective and have been for the last several years. He was on a radio show or a podcast in Birmingham, and they were comparing the Iron Bowl to the game. Here was Klatt's response.
If there is a rivalry that approaches the hate of Alabama and Auburn, it is this one.
Approaches?
Come on, Klatt. You haven't lived in this state. They live in separate states.
You guys haven't lived in that rivalry.
Klatt, they live in separate. They live in separate states. These are the same state. Same state here, Klatt. Smaller territory.
I mean, there are people that mumble in church if the pastor references this game the wrong way.
Guys, I love you.
Oh, don't
the
do
Iron
this.
Bowl
Don't
is
do this.
not
Klatt, don't
in
do
the
this.
hemisphere of Ohio State.
Out of your mind. Because the Ohio State Michigan players don't have enough class not to fight, and Alabama's players and Auburn's players don't fight. Don't give me this.
All right. No, I'm not discounting it. I don't want to discount it. I think it's phenomenal.
I mean, you did.
And I love rivalry. I discounted it as compared to the greatest rivalry in sports.
So here's the thing that Ohio State Michigan has never had to weather. It's never had to weather in any of our lifetimes, at least one of them not being great. All these other rivalries. I mean, like when I was in the South, Alabama wasn't Alabama. I mean, it was Mike Shula coaching Alabama, Dennis Franchione, like the end of Mike DeBose. I mean, some of those Auburn teams were nothing. Auburn's had 75 coaches. There's been plenty of Iron Bowls that didn't mean anything to anybody outside of that state. Not every time Alabama plays Auburn was it for the national title. In fact, it almost never happened. And I think that's why it went so nuts when they had that run where Cam Newton won it at Auburn and you had Alabama titles around it. Well, buddy, that's what this thing's been like for 50 years. I mean, go look at the 10-year war. 7 times they played were in the top 5 in the country, both of them. Like, look what we've had since 16, where we've had it 5 times where they're both in the top 5 in the country. Like, there isn't another rivalry in college football that has that type of national relevance, where even if you're not from here or up there, it matters to how you view your college football Saturday. So take our own personal bias out of it. Just go on the impact it's had on the national picture. There's nothing even close in college football.
It's interesting. The Birmingham broadcasters said same state. And my retort would have been, yes, the Iron Bowl matters in Alabama. And that's about it.
I think there's probably some points in Alabama where the game that mattered more to them was the LSU game.
Yeah.
Over the last 10 or 15 years.
Probably.
Heck, I had Urban on. And at Florida, when he got that job, he's coming out of Zook, who was coming out of Spurrier, and they really had like 4 games that they had to win. You had to beat Tennessee, you got to beat Georgia in the cocktail party, and then you got to beat Florida State. Like, they had 3 of them that you had to win, and so how possibly could one of them be bigger than when you're here or up there? The only one you got to win is this one.
Bo, to your point about the teams being good in the game, this is from Big Noon Kickoff on their Twitter this morning. This Saturday will be the 50th ranked matchup between Ohio State and Michigan, the most of any matchup in college football history. Next, Texas, Oklahoma, 44, USC, Notre Dame, 36, Bama, LSU, to the point you just made, 32 times. While you guys were talking there, I just went to Wikipedia and looked up the Iron Bowl and did some quick math. I counted 25 times. So half the amount of times that Ohio State and Michigan have been ranked on ranked, the Iron Bowl has been ranked on ranked.
And if you saw the Wikipedia page up, you'll see that they didn't always play. Auburn and Alabama didn't always play. There was a long stretch of time where they didn't play. There was a long stretch of time where the game was in Birmingham because Bear Bryant would not go to Auburn. So they played that game in Birmingham for a lot of years. But there's a big swath of time where they didn't play at all.
About 40 years from 1907 to 1948 where they did not play. And you mentioned recently they have not had a ranked-on-ranked matchup since the COVID season.
Yeah.
And the Iron Bowl is a massive college football rivalry, but Ohio State-Michigan transcends the sport.
It does, yeah. And I think it gets the Ohio State-Michigan rivalries, and we'll get into this at greater length on Friday, but it's like Real Madrid-Barcelona. It's that type of it's at that level. It's Yankees-Red Sox. It's, for a certain time, Yankees-Red Sox was probably the closest thing we could have when they were in the same division and you had to win the division to win the pennant. Although it was so lopsided, the Yankees won all of it. That's the other thing that's really cool about this one is it's a relatively even matchup. The wins and losses are pretty close. So that's another one that you got to have. That's why I always go back to the Real Madrid-Barcelona thing, because they're both great. And it kind of all that matters is their games against each other.
When I think rivalries in sports, I think Ohio State, Michigan, I think Yankees, Red Sox, and I think Carolina, Duke. Yeah. And then when I think rivalries in college football, it's always Ohio State, Michigan, number 1. It's Red River, number 2 to me. And then I think the Iron Bowl kind of falls in there in that third slot. Now you could throw Army Navy in there, right? I don't know about USC Notre Dame. I see the ranked versus ranked matchup there. I don't know if I consider that as much of a rivalry as I do Auburn, Alabama, but that's my order of rankings on rivalries.
So I think that the Texas-Oklahoma one is closest, but the thing that I always think about that is it doesn't feel do or die because it's in October. So like, and it's at a state fair, so it's cool. Like it's on my bucket list. Like I'm going to go to one. I'm definitely going to go to a Red River Shootout at some point in Dallas. But because it's like at the state fair, because it's in early October, there isn't quite the sense of urgency. There's something about it happening at the end. Like the Florida State-Florida game is incredible. And when I was down there, they were both humming. I mean, it was coming out of the end of that run that Bowden had. It was Spurrier into Zook into Urban. Florida had won national titles with Urban. They won them obviously with Spurrier. Won one with Spurrier as well. So there was on the Florida State side, it was like if you won that game, you'd go play for a national title. And the same was true the decade previous before I got there between Florida State and Miami. So there's a lot of these instances where like this one game kind of means so much to everybody. But it's for a snapshot of time. It's not 100 years. Like we got the 100 years thing, man. Like this has been going on for 121 times by the time you get to Saturday. You know? So that's, I think, what changes it. And the fact that they're always good, that's what changes it. Duke Carolina is probably close, especially in the old days when college basketball really mattered and you were watching every single game. And guys were there 2 and 3 years. And you'd have, I mean, the amount of times like you'd see like whether it be, you know, like Stackhouse and Wallace play against Duke 3 times or that type of stuff. Like those days are kind of gone a little bit. And I think college basketball has taken a little bit of a hit because of that. Well, that's Jody Shelley, best rivalry in the NHL. He joins us in 2 minutes. Jackets with a fun one tonight. They have the Leafs in town. Bishop and Friends right here on The Fan.
Getting the cold shoulder? Call Care Heating and Cooling and we'll fix your furnace fast. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Diamond Sellers bring the world's finest jewelry to you at our annual holiday gala December 4th through December 6th. Celebrate the season of sparkle with up to 25% off for 1 weekend only at our Sawmill Road and Easton locations. Visit diamondseller.com/gala to learn more.
Hey folks, it's Austin Ward and Thanksgiving is approaching quick. Still plenty of time to get your Awaken 180 consultation on the calendar to receive your $500 off. It's a thank you from Awaken 180. No, you don't need to start the program right before Turkey Day. Simply have your consultation now and be ready to start the Monday after. 4 weeks before the new year, and with results like mine, you could be down 27 pounds on your way to dropping 50. Fast results, and now with $500 off. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
I love a good Hollywood casino party. Scotty Vegas here, and there are so many reasons to party on Sunday, December 7th with us. Watch the college football playoff bracket. Come out with us at noon. Watch the Browns, Bengals, and Steelers games all at 1 o'clock with us. Then parlay the great food, huge screens, and best big-time prizes at the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus. You're watching. We're watching. Let's watch together. Sunday, December 7th at Hollywood Casino. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Feeling stuck on your own 10-yard line in the career game? Maybe it's time to just go for IT. My Computer Career has the game plan to score a rewarding new IT career in months. Whether you're a rookie, a breakout career changer, or a military veteran ready to serve. Why spend years chasing a college degree when you can fast track your future in IT starting now? Take your mark, get set, go for IT. Take the free career evaluation at mycomputercareer.edu today. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. The gloves. It's Shelley time.
Sponsored by Midwest Cards. Experience collecting in a whole new way.
All right, buddy. Thanksgiving is tomorrow. I got to give you Canadians some credit. I think you guys do it right. You get the October Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving in October? Spaces it out a little bit?
I disagree.
Okay.
This is why, Bo. Okay. I love that this kicks off the holiday Christmas season. You know?
Okay.
This is really where, you know, everyone gets together, and if you're fortunate enough to be with your families and enjoy a feast and be thankful, and then it just rolls right in to Christmas. Ours is a little too far away. Now, I will say, in the Shelley household in Alberta, the Christmas lights were up in October. So,
God bless them.
My parents, yeah, they go against the grain. They don't follow the crowd. But here,
that's amazing.
It's up, and it's. I like that it's like officially
Okay.
It's officially time to be thankful and then celebrate Christmas.
Is there a dish in Canadian Thanksgiving that we ought to work into American Thanksgiving? Or is it pretty similar?
Oh, boy. Is there a dish? Not in my circles. It's exactly the same.
So
Identical.
they go turkey, too.
Turkey, boy, yeah.
Yeah, they love it.
Turkey and all the fixins.
Okay. Give me your game plan for a Thanksgiving first plate. What's on that first plate?
I am a guy that likes to touch it all.
Okay.
So the first plate has it all on there. It's about a 5-pounder.
That's right.
And then for some reason, I sneak back for another half a pound.
You put a salad
I have
on
to
there?
go all in.
Any
What?
sort of salad, or do you just forget it, don't need it?
I'll skip the salad on Thanksgiving. I think that's I skip that. I go for the dense dishes usually.
It's a good way to describe them. The dense dishes. Did you ever think about the fact that you never see turkey on a menu at a restaurant?
I don't.
Yeah, it's
I don't
an inferior
think about
bird.
that.
Yeah.
It is, right? It's a special one.
Well, that's one way of putting it. This is one of my favorite Blue Jackets games of the year. Is the one tonight. It feels like we usually get a really cool opponent. We get a cool opponent tonight. The barn is, it's almost like a playoff barn. This one, it just is such a cool one. You've been at a lot of them. You've played in them. Do the players look forward to it as much as the fans do? This Wednesday before Thanksgiving game.
Yes, because it's special. There's friends and family in town. There's plans for tomorrow on a day off. You understand. Everybody understands that this is a time that kids are home from colleges, families are together. It's kind of the first break in the schedule for everyone. It's a great way to come in and enjoy it and kind of have the week is over as far as work and things like that. So I think that's the festive feeling in the building tonight. Plus, I remember back when I was a lot younger, they would say it's the biggest night out at the bars of the year. And that's you want to be a part of that and you want to walk in there with a victory. So I'm sure the players are the ones that'll be heading that way after, or they want to have a little bounce, a little jump in their giddy up here tonight.
It is. So we do a thing here on the program called First Friday, where we do it year round to get you officially endorsed. It's the best First Friday of the year. I mean, it's the best. Everybody goes home. And what do you got to do? All you got to do tomorrow is get kind of like the perfect elixir if you've had too many, which is just, as you put it, dense food, and you just lay and watch football. Like it's the perfect antidote. It's perfect in every way. So you have a great read on that, my friend. What are we doing with
Sunday? It's a Sunday in the middle of the week, is what you're saying.
That's it.
The first Sunday, we'll call it today.
That's fine. Yeah, that works. What are we going to do with all these injuries, buddy? How much of this stuff do we need to pay close attention to? We're seeing it all over the sport, obviously, but it hit us on Monday.
Yeah, it's not ideal. Every team is dealing with. Last time we saw the Maple Leafs, which was just a week ago, they had 7 regulars out of their lineup. And you're seeing it with a bunch of teams. It's a story. Every building I go into, first topic is the schedule. Second is the injuries. So, I think it's up to the team to manage kind of practice time together. I think they need to back off those things at this point. I really do. And I think energy is at a premium for guys that play over 20 minutes a game. And I think it's, everyone comes out of the gate, out of camp, and, points are important, and, playing players, high minutes and high situations important. But I think there is a lot to be said for teams that really manage the rest. And I think sometimes with travel, what the Blue Jackets have had a lot of, the rest is at a premium. So I like that Zach Werenski, first of all, we're thankful that he's in the lineup tonight because he did have something going on in Washington. But I don't mind that man having a couple days of no skating. I think that bodes well for him. And I think that that's something that needs to be a higher focus here with some of these higher players with bigger minutes, is to say, you're not going on the ice. You're not going to the rink. You stay away. And, Torch used to do that extremely well. And there was some of us that were wondering, why aren't they practicing today? Well, this is why. And I'm not saying that's the source of the injuries, but I think fatigue and mental fatigue and situational, and the more time you're out there in stressful situations, it's going to catch up with everyone at some point. So right now the Blue Jackets are going through it. The silver lining is Luca Pinelli gets to play his first National Hockey League game tonight against a team he grew up idolizing. And he's hoping Austin Matthews is in for the Maple Leafs, who is a player who's his favorite. So
jeez, that's cool.
And he's going to play on a line tonight with Monahan and Sillinger. It's not a bad spot for a kid who played really well in junior, and that means that Chinnikov, he had an opportunity for one game, didn't take advantage of it, so he's back down on the fourth line. So there's a lot of moving pieces here. Kent Johnson moves up with Fantilli and Voronkov in that Marchenko spot. So these are guys that have, been flying under the radar, and the Blue Jackets need to get going. So they get a chance tonight to see if they can make the impact that they think they can.
Another massive one, too, because these are all teams you're going to be dealing with at the end when it comes to who gets in and who doesn't. And the records are mirrored. You mentioned Matthews. Is there thinking that he could go tonight?
He could go. We're waiting here. We'll find out in moments, but when Craig Berube, the head coach of the Toronto Maple Leafs, speaks, but there is a feeling that he could be in the lineup tonight around here this morning, so that would be good. Not for the Blue Jackets, for the Maple Leafs, but, it's always fun to see the best in the world playing here at Nationwide Arena.
Absolutely. What's your sense on the Marchenko severity of that injury?
I don't really have one. I feel like it's good that we heard Don the other night say that it's not long-term.
Mm-hmm.
So it sounds like it was nagging, something that nagging gets to a point where you can't help the team. You can't get to your game. You got to back off. So kind of a good week to do it. I mean, of course you want to play, but
sure.
No game Saturday, no game Sunday, game Monday. It's a nice break on a weekend for these guys to have that, for him to have that little bit of time.
Yeah. It certainly is. Buddy, always great to have some of your time, especially this close to the holidays. Very thankful that we're able to talk to you as often as we can. Happy Thanksgiving to you and your family, and going to be a fun one tonight at the Old Barn.
Yes, sir, and happy Thanksgiving to you and your listeners, and thanks for having me on. We'll talk to you Friday.
Big one.
Weekend coming up. Enjoy your day tomorrow.
All right, buddy. You too. There he goes. A little bit of Shelley time on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems fan guest hotline. Jackets and Leafs tonight at 7. I want to see Matthews play. I know it makes it harder, but you like seeing the best players in the world, and he certainly is on that very, very short list. Jackets, of course, back at home Friday. This is my favorite one of them. The first Friday heading into the holiday, and then the actual Friday, they get the Leafs and the Pens. That's as good as it gets. Get your officially endorsed, which is the officially endorsed, and 3 things coming up next. Bishop and Friends right here on The Fan.
Check off the wish list with instant savings and free battery offers on select Steel tools. Shop online or in store.
The Daily Ryan Day Show is brought to you locally by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers and by Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
This is a Daily Show with Coach Ryan Day, brought to you by Safe Flat Auto Glass. When you look back at the Rutgers game last Saturday, was another example of how your running backs as a group continue to have impact?
Well, they look fresh. I think they're helping each other out. They're running downhill and making guys miss. You can see several times we made the safeties miss in space, and that was a good thing. And I think all of them, like we talked about all year, the more they play, the more they're improving, the more they see things. I think they all have a lot of football ahead of them. I don't think any of them has reached their ceiling at all. So great to see that happen. I thought we did a better job in some blitz protection as well. James on the touchdown was well done. Bo came across on another third down. So, all these guys are working hard to become complete running backs.
Okay, we'll have another comment in just a moment.
Hi, this is Paul Keels. This Buckeye season, don't let a broken windshield ruin your game plan. Safe Light Auto Glass makes it easy to get your windshield fixed with their mobile glass shops all over Central Ohio. They can come to you anywhere, giving Buckeye fans more time for game time. OH? Man, I love that. Schedule at safelight.com. Safelight Auto Glass is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Safelight Repair, Safelight Replace.
Buckeye fans, choose chill. Coors Light is cold lagered, cold filtered, and cold packaged for a smoother finish. It's got that crisp, refreshing taste that makes those moments when you choose to rise above the noise and choose chill even better. Coors Light is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, so crack one open and take a sip. Coors Light, choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2025 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado, beer.
Now, the officials have been talking for quite some time.
All righty, let's see what they have to say.
Upon further review, there is no penalty on the play. However, we have conferred and discovered that Bob, the line judge, has saved a boatload for his kids' college using Ohio's 529 plan. It is tax-free, accepted nationwide. Bob recommends we all go to collegeadvantage.com. First down.
Well, that's not entirely unexpected.
Classic Bob.
At Ohio State, we are the never afraid to innovate teams and the improve people's lives teams. Together, we are the Ohio State University.
Ryan, we looked last week and saw how Caden Curry played, the big play that he had. But is this an example of a guy that is a senior, maybe playing his best football at the tail end of his career?
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. He's made a lot of plays, and he's been here, whether it's on special teams or on defense. He's got a high motor. Just understands the game, just sees it. And he's somebody that, like you said, has become a huge contributor for us. A lot of production, and certainly we're going to need him here this week.
Okay, that's the Ohio State Sports Network from Learfield.
For over 37 years, Buckeye Nation has known Hyde Park Prime Steakhouse for serving the best steaks in the city. Our thick-cut, aged steaks are a staple in Columbus, with 3 locations in Upper Arlington, Dublin, and downtown. And just like the Buckeyes, we strive for excellence and an experience like no other. Hyde Park is proud to introduce the newly added wine room at our downtown Columbus location, where a new elegance in dining surrounds you, creating the ideal setting for any occasion or the perfect night out. Hyde Park is a proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics. Go Bucks!
Toyota Thon is on, and there's no better way to get in the spirit of the season than with a new Toyota. Now through December 1st, get 4.75 APR financing on any remaining new 25 RAV4 or RAV4 Hybrid. Or lease a new gas-powered RAV4 LE for $289 a month for 39 months with $36.99 due at signing. With approved credit through TFS, tax, title, and license extra. Call 1-888-36-TOYOTA for details or go to Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Get Eco.
ECO. Every kid deserves new toys at Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas!
Get Eco.
ECO. Eco plumbers, electricians, and HVAC technicians donate thousands of dollars to Toys for Tots each year. And this year will be our biggest donation ever.
Are you willing to buy a new toy for a little kid this Christmas?
Every Eco location in Ohio is officially a Toys for Tots drop-off location.
And every Eco plumber, electrician, and HVAC technician will be delighted to transport any new unwrapped toys that you would like to donate to Toys for Tots.
Buy a toy for a kid this Christmas?
Or a bunch of new toys.
And give them to any Eco technician you happen to see.
To drop off a new unwrapped toy at the Eco location nearest you, just go to geteco.com for our street address.
Get Eco.
ECO. Generous plumbers, Merry Christmas electricians, and buy a kid a new toy this year, HVAC technicians.
Geteco.com.
Bishop and Friends is sponsored by Diamond Seller, your true jeweler for over 75 years. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
After putting up with Dom Tiberi for a decade, the broadcast gods gave Bo these two. This is Bishop and Friends.
Before we get to your officially endorsed, which is the officially endorsed, this from Trey Schapp, who, according to his Twitter, has been covering Arkansas since '96, voice of Little Rock women's basketball. He has a report, sources, Alex Golish has accepted an offer to be the next head coach at Arkansas. Of course, the Dublin native has been at USF and had a great deal of success. I've not seen any of the traditional college football people confirm this, but this is a guy boots on the ground in Arkansas with a decent following. It's hard to nail now. It used to be like you could tell who was verified, but that's kind of out the window a little bit. But something to look for there as a Dublin native potentially taking that job at Arkansas. This coaching cycle is going to get nuts. Yeah, absolutely. In the next 4 or 5 days, by the time all these games go final. So. We'll see. Nothing confirmed by the big newsmakers in college football on that one, but something that is out there. Time for officially endorsed. Hit it, guys.
Bishop and Friends present First Friday. Officially endorsed because everyone deserves 2 Fridays.
Sponsored by Hydrate Me Med Spa. Feel better, recover faster, live optimized with Hydrate Me.
Drink for the wrong reasons. My generation, we drink because it's good. Because it feels better than unbuttoning your collar. Because we deserve it. We drink because it's what men do.
Well, this is the officially endorsed, and this is the gift that keeps on giving. We do it every year at this time. It is inspired in part from the great Ramsey at 11 Warriors. He did this probably 15 years ago, and I saw it, and then I just made a couple of small changes, but big hat tip to him because that's where the inspiration came from. We've done it every year on this First Friday. I like Woodford Reserve for this. So I get a bottle of Woodford Reserve. I like the fact that you can see it kind of marinate in it over the course of the month. I'll pour 3 fingers out, and then we begin. And the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to take a Granny Smith apple. You can find one of those small ones. I think the tartness in those are actually even better. So grab a Granny Smith apple, slice it, peel it, core it, slice it very, very thin, and then put those into the bottle of the Woodford. Follow that up with 1 cinnamon stick. Some people like 2. I'm a 1 cinnamon stick guy. I like the vanilla more than I like the cinnamon notes, so I just go 1 stick of cinnamon in there, throw that in the bottle, and then finally 2 Madagascar vanilla beans, and then I slice them lengthwise. They're kind of gnarly looking things, but I slice them lengthwise with a very sharp knife to just kind of open up that vanilla to fully take on the bourbon and the bourbon take on the vanilla. Put the cork back in the top of the bottle and wait until Christmas week, and the gift will be given to you then. It is your officially endorsed on the First Friday. Time for 3 things. Hit it, guys.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3 things.
Sponsored by Scioto Downs. Your play, your perks. Your Caesars Rewards spot.
All right, number 1 for me. I know the weather's going to get a little cold, but it always hits me when I see the snowplow guys come out and put the stakes on the driveway. And they did that today. And I went, okay, those aren't coming up until April. Buckle up, boys. Winter is here.
First thing for me, Bo, you had opened the show talking about Urban Meyer and his coaching career against his rivals.
Yeah.
I did some work throughout the program and found that Nick Saban in stops at Toledo, Michigan State, LSU, and then at Alabama was 18-10 against his rivals in the regular season.
That's not 26-3.
Nope. And that's probably we'd have to look for some other coaches that have had as many iconic stops, but I don't think it's close.
No, I think it would hold against anybody. I mean, maybe there's like a Newt Rockne against USC, something out there, but like you'd have to find something like that. Like 26-3 against the games that matter most is nuts.
And as you mentioned, you had to go way back. It's nothing in the modern era of football.
No way.
That's even close to that.
No.
We've talked a lot of football today. This is a football-heavy weekend, and Bo, you have mentioned the state semifinals for the OHSAA football playoffs are this weekend. We've got 3 local teams: Olentangy Orange in Division I, Big Walnut in Division II, and Watterson in Division III, all looking to make it to state championships this weekend. I will make the long drive Friday night to Wapakoneta. That's where Coldwater takes on Hopewell Loudon. You can watch those games, OHSA TV, the Spectrum website, or a Spectrum app if you're a Spectrum customer.
Man, how do you even get there? How far is that from here?
It's about an hour and 30 minutes from my house. It says 33. Go 33 and you'll get there.
There you go. Okay. All right, number 2 for me. I don't hate turkey. It's fine. It's just an inferior bird compared to what the other options are. So what Reese is doing is the correct thing. The whole roasted chicken is a superior bird. It's just that simple. But I hate pumpkin pie. Hate it. I hate the texture. I cannot believe that it is served every year. The thing I always, and this kind of applies to the turkey too, have you ever seen anybody eat pumpkin pie without whipped cream or Cool Whip? Never. Because it's not good enough on its own.
I think we're doing a chocolate pecan pie.
See, you're winning again.
Is the dessert. And again,
well, you got your lady friend's a chef. And
she's a professionally trained chef from the CIA. So, yeah, I just do the hunting and the gathering. This from front of the program, Amanda Kristovich.
Hunting and the gathering.
Did some hunting and gathering the past couple of days. Giant Eagle, Aldi. I did the Littletons this morning. Texas Attorney General has come out against the College Sports Commission's participant agreement, which urged schools in Texas not to sign a participant agreement from the College Sports Commission, which I don't know. This is your daily reminder that the College Sports Commission still exists.
What does any of this mean?
Second thing for me, I will be attending the Jackets game tonight. I know this is a big party night for all, so everyone please be careful as you celebrate your holiday. This is also the #1 weekend for house fires, so don't catch your inferior bird on fire. Make sure everybody is safe and sound. We want you back here Friday with us.
If you are going to deep fry that bird, make sure it's not frozen. Kids, for the kids out there. And it's not that much better anyway. Let's just be honest with you. Save people telling you it's some sort of transformational situation. There are no transformational turkeys. Finally, number 3 for me, just a big Thanksgiving thank you to all of you who listen, who interact. One of the things we set out to do with the show is create a community and have folks all be part of it. And you truly are part of the friends that make it all possible. And I'm very thankful for the audience and the interactions that we've had through football season. And I wish you a very happy and healthy Thanksgiving with you and your family over the next couple of days. Enjoy it. This is an incredible sports next couple of days.
Yeah, second that. It's fun every day to interact with everybody in the YouTube chat. Just real quick for the daily fan poll, which of tomorrow's 3 NFL games that you could hear all on the fan is going to be the best game right now? 50% of respondents say Packers-Lions will be the best game tomorrow.
There's a heck of a 3-game slate to choose from there on that one. That music means the Ryan Day Show is up next a day early because of the Thanksgiving holiday. Tomorrow, Rothman and Ice. After that, they'll have Adam Schefter at 1:30, do a little Hockey and Hounds with Damon Severson at 2:30.
Happy Thanksgiving to all of you. We are back on Friday for the Football Friday. Bishop and Friends right here on the Fan.
It's finally here. Rivalry Week.
Sponsored by your Central Ohio Toyota dealers.
We're talking about the Buckeyes and meat chicken all damn week. Join us.